Hey guys, so this is, I believe, episode 6 of the Ultimate Dokkan Tag Team podcast. I believe is what we're going with for now on, for good. Um, Joined obviously by Speedy, Noir, Truth, and Talon. I don't know if Truth is going to be a regular or not, but maybe. He was on here last week, he's on here this week, so I guess we'll see if that happens. But yeah, I think, if you guys have watched the podcast, at any point.
Wait, people saying no volume?
No. There's volume, I think.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit delayed because I had it muted at the beginning.
Okay. I was watching the stream.
I think there's volume, right?
We should be good. Yeah, I heard it. I just heard it.
Yeah, I'm hearing it, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make sure. I don't want to start doing this with no volume. But yeah, guys in the chat, let me know if the volume sounds good, if it's too quiet, if it's too loud, stuff like that. If anybody if anybody specifically is too loud or too quiet too. But yeah, if you guys have watched the other episodes, generally what we do is we start off with Dokkan, we do Global, then JP, and then we dive into Legends later on. And I think we usually aim for around 2 hours, right? Run time for the podcast.
Usually
last
2 hours,
week
yeah.
was 2 hours. Previous podcast were 1 hour, 1 hour and a half.
Yeah, so.
Okay. Well, I guess we will go ahead and get started with global stuff over on the Dokkan side of things. So Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, right? Pretty hype. I would say he is one of the better Dokkan Fest exclusive TURs in the game. I mean,
that's not a hot take.
Yeah, no, I would assume not.
I'm sorry. I just noticed Goku and Gohan riding on the whale on the Lars picture. Continue, please.
No, I was just gonna say, what do you? I'm not gonna tell you guys to speak in a specific order, but what are you guys' thoughts on the unit overall?
Well, okay. For me, it's interesting because the whole batch of units is a step up. Clearly, right? Because it's not just Blue Kaioken Goku has the most damaging attack in the game, and he's super good and super busted, and his leader skill's good, and his links are good, and he's good everywhere, right? But the Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta, I don't know, is that the best Blue Vegeta in the game? That's definitely not the best Blue Goku in the game. I guess Kaioken Blue Goku's better, but the EZA one, but they're so good, it's crazy. That's the thing. Last year Global got Hit, Frost, and Champa's Awakening, and it's they're good.
And
they're really good. Yeah, they're good. But now it's oh no, they're freaking busted. These are insane units.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Where would you guys rank the new Goku as far as on global, top, best one, global, top 3?
I'd say he's top probably. I mean, the damage numbers I've been seeing from the guy, assuming you get him on the team that he needs to be on, he seems to be doing very, very well. So I'd easily say top 3, if not probably top 2.
We're talking about TURs, right?
Yeah, we're talking about TURs. Yeah.
Is he better than Janemba? I would have to think about it.
No, unless he gets a Spirit Bomb off. If he does, then yes.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? Somebody asked me this yesterday in my stream for Legends. They were like, "Do you think Cooler is better than the Goku?" And I said, "I think Cooler is a better overall unit than Goku, but I think Goku just does more broken stuff than Cooler."
Cooler does more for the team than Goku.
Yeah, he's a more complete unit. He has more flexibility. He, you can do whatever you want with him. But I'm saying Goku, that Spirit Bomb, it's nothing comes close to how good that is.
And it's not because there's no turn restriction on it. It's not you're not gonna you can't use it in Battlefield or Super Battle Road or something like that, right? You can. You can go into the second fight at low health. He's there, and then you instantly nuke one of the enemies off the screen. Very good.
It's and then if for some reason the enemy's alive, you have the B-Pan effect after that. That really needed that, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's spamming Bergamo in the chat. It's all full of Bergamo. What is this? The whole chat's Bergamo. Oh my god.
Give it a week and everyone will forget about him.
No,
You can't
no
forget
way.
about him.
That's not gonna happen.
You can't forget
Yeah, I
about
don't
it.
think
No way.
Literally Bergamo, dude. What is this?
This is like a Shugesh thing. People are gonna be talking about this years from now.
I saw a meme on the Reddit. It was like Shugesh versus Bergamo.
Oh, I just saw that too.
My favorite one is someone like just created like a one of the tags, like the little tag things, and it was like, oh, physical Realm of Gods is looking real good, and it was all Realm of Gods units and Bergamo.
Oh man.
Oh god.
So I know there was a lot of like, I don't know, flack/backlash about the leader skill, right, for the Goku. Like I thought people would have preferred there to be a new category added there. But what do you guys think after testing him out? Like, I don't know.
I think the Universal Survival Saga was unneeded after talking with Nolar about it a little bit more.
I agree.
I think it should have been representative Universe 7, and then we both thought that maybe an actual TUR Kamehameha leader or something new in there would have been better than just our third Dokkan Fest exclusive unit now that has the Universal
EZAs.
Survival Saga.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's my personal opinion on it.
It
I mean,
mirrors
Goku
13. not
Goku
JP.
one shots, dude. He one shots the legendary Goku, man. I'll just say that.
I mean, because the way the Goku works, I assume most people know at this point, but his greatly stacking attack on his super attack, that is actually like calculates directly, like that directly goes into the true damage that the active skill does. And because we up to this point we haven't actually had a unit that stacked attack and had an active ultimate attack. So it's scary to know, like, if in the future, what if they release an LR that like stacks their attack and then also has an active skill? Like, that's gonna be insane.
It'd be pretty good.
Yeah, so I think we're all in pretty good agreement here that the Goku is top 3 on global right now. I don't honestly. He's probably just 2. Like him and Janemba are probably like very close.
I'd probably just put him in Janemba. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, you can always debate which is technically better. You know, Goku probably puts out outputs more damage, but Janemba, he kind of just does everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's kind of the way it is. So.
Yeah, I agree.
I really like Tech Golden Frieza. So if he comes in part 2, which I think that's who is coming in part 2 for the EZA for global, then he's up there, I think, personally.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a second, because they added those 7 units to the Redstone.
Personally, like I see what people are getting with that, right? Like, could that mean that they're the EZA for part 2? It definitely could. But this reminds me of last year where JP and Global, like, they kind of synced up the Redstone units, except I think Global didn't have Janemba on theirs, and I think JP didn't have Gogeta on theirs, right?
Right.
But, like, I kind of think that this is more so them just, like making it like a universal Redstone units for both versions rather than them coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, we'll see.
Well, because right now there's 3 main possibilities, I feel like, for the EZA. First one is those 7 units. Second one is Golden Frieza, and the third one is the blue Kaioken Goku, the AGL one.
Yeah, please.
Because
actually, I wouldn't mind Golden Frieza.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to release that Kaioken Goku as the EZA unit in the celebration, right? Because he has those two make a really good partnership, right?
Plus he would fall under the R7 reps lead part. So I mean, kind of makes more sense to just have the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken one in there. Mm-hmm. But who knows? I mean, on JP, when we got the 7 EZAs, that was just by itself, right? There wasn't another EZA concurrently, or like right.
Oh wow! I think you're right. I think it actually came out in the celebration with Piccolo and then STR Cell.
Yeah, so that's what it was. Yeah, there was 2 of them. Yeah,
so that sounds about right. Maybe there might be 2. There might be like the 7 plus either the AGL Super Saiyan Blue or Tech Golden Frieza.
I could see that. That actually does make a lot of sense.
That doesn't. Yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility for that to happen. So who knows though? Because Akatsuki, they do some crazy shit sometimes. Nobody knows exactly what's going on over there. So.
Especially on global.
I don't think they know what's going on.
I think That would be very good for like a Christmas celebration like that. Hopefully they do that.
We got stones with the 7 EZAs, right? It was just 30 stones.
It was 30 stones with it, and then then Cell obviously was a normal one as well, and that gave you 30 stones.
So that was 60 stones. So I mean, that's another multi for people that need it.
Yeah. Do you guys want to talk about I think we already talked about this a little bit, but the sort of all the other units that awakened with the Goku, the physical Super Saiyan Goku.
We have to talk about Bergamo. I feel like.
Hold on, we'll get to Bergamo.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Who did the blue Goku and Vegeta? Nah, nobody cares.
Pump the brakes there, Speedy.
No,
listen.
Because literally,
I'm getting excited from the chat. What do you mean?
He's riding the wave with the chat, man.
I'm riding the wave. You know, I'm with them. Yo, I want to test something though. Can we get hashtag Bergamo trending? I feel like we can. I feel like we can on Twitter.
The first day, I think it would have been able to, but probably not now.
Yeah.
No. Dude, we got like 800 people watching. We can do it.
You guys can.
No, it's got to be. It's got to be a hashtag Bergamo.
Okay, somebody start the hashtag and we'll keep going.
Here, I put it in there. There, guys, go ahead.
On Twitter, guys.
Yeah, put that in Twitter and see if we can get this trending by the end of the podcast. Here.
Fine, here we go. All right, hashtag.
There we go.
Oh wait, let me mod you. I forgot about that.
You guys have to go on Twitter and like tweet that hashtag Bergamo and retweet our tweets.
Did you do it already, Speedy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. I just saw it now. I'm tweeting it. Okay.
Right, retweeting it.
We got this. We got this.
You got this, guys.
We got this. We got 800 people watching currently. We can do this. Easy, dude. It takes like 1,000 like retweets or something to get it going.
Okay, well, the Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, like, people are obviously all over Bergamo, but those guys are ridiculous to me. Like,
they actually are. They actually really are.
You could literally be immortal if you put those guys together on a team, and because in the later portions of the Legendary Goku event, they have like 500,000 defense, and they're like getting full fields of orbs and healing up to full health every turn, and they're immune to damage. So like, what is going on with that?
I mean, it worked good because it's a nice buff for the movie hero team.
Yeah, the movie hero team has been getting insane buffs on both versions, and the funny part is you can't use all of the new units on movie heroes because the Goku is exclusive to JP, and then you have these 2 ones exclusive to Global.
Yep.
And I'm wondering, like, are we gonna have to pair the Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku along with those 2 on the same team when they come to JP? Like, that's gonna be absurd. Like, you're gonna have 3 orb changers. God. And then that Goku's going to be hitting. I mean, well, the only issue with that is those are not Super Saiyans, but that's going to be ridiculous, I think.
That is, yeah.
It's pretty ridiculous.
I mean, I think essentially what these 2 awakenings have done is it just allows you to use different versions of them for different events.
Yeah. I mean,
so, I mean, like these guys stack. You know, they obviously stack and everything, but they provide orbs. But maybe depending on the certain team that you might run, maybe you're still going to run Evolution Blue Vegeta over the Tech 1, for example, if you know you're going to be facing off against a lot more STR units or something. You know, it really just depends. But I think it just gives you more options, which is by no means bad.
Yeah.
That's always good.
I'm sure we'll talk about it in a bit, like when we talk about JP. But that in Blue Vegeta and his EZA being delayed by potentially like 5 or 6 months is very interesting to me. Like,
yeah.
I just like this because this Blue Vegeta, honestly, this Tech 1, is he better than Evolution Blue Vegeta? I feel like he is, right? Like easily, right?
The Tech 1, you mean the one that just came out?
Yeah.
I don't think it's even close. Like,
yeah, like so, but now I'm wondering, like, you know, this guy is going to be on the horizon for JP, right? Like JP players are aware that this guy's coming, so like, what is that in Blue Vegeta going to look like? And he's the last of that grouping, like. I don't know.
Yeah, he's the last of the 100% to get his EZA.
Yeah, I wonder if he might not be the best of all of them.
It's dude. The only way for him to be good now is Team B has to make him. Team B has to make him. The team that made that makes AGL, Zamasu, and Tech Trunks and all the good characters. That team has to make that EZA for into Vegeta. If Team A makes him, who made transformation restrictions on LR Vegetos and Gohans and everything, then he's screwed. That's my philosophy.
I think that I just want to say that 300 million download Android 16 I think is the worst designed unit in the entire game. He's unusable. He's unusable. Yes. He's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't understand what they were thinking with that guy either.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking about half of that celebration sometimes.
Well, okay, so I don't main global. I haven't played it in a bit. So where do you see these Super Saiyan Blue Gokus or Vegetas like excelling at in particular? Like, is it really that good in Legendary Goku event, like the longer events? What about like Super Battle Road? Like, how do they fare on those?
So personally, I have only used them on Legendary Goku events so far. I'm going to make a video with them on Super Battle Road 2, but I imagine they're fine. I mean, 30% per orb of their own typing.
It's nuts.
And they're raising attack and defense permanently. I mean, and they change their own orbs too. So, like, it's just like a super power crept version of like that Int Trunks, the Spirit Sword Trunks.
If you use them together, they have everything except for one link.
Yeah.
So they're giving each other 20, 35, 50% plus 700 like attack through links. Like,
but when they change orbs, it's a random. They change a random typing to their own typing, right? Or so if you run them together, they can screw each other over, right?
Well, I mean, but usually wouldn't that just mean one of them would get a huge amount of orbs? It would just make one of them lopsidedly strong. Usually,
so that's the one you put in slot 1 then.
Yeah,
okay. That makes more sense. The reason why I'm asking is so like when you're bringing up the EZA for the Int Vegeta down the line, like I think he would be the king of Super Battle Road if they make his debuffing like reduce attack down, defense down on an enemy like 30%. Like he would be the undisputed king to take as the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta for Super Battle Road, for example, right? While the physical Super Saiyan Blue Goku and the tech Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, like you guys say they stack, so they obviously are really good with the longer events like Legendary Goku and the Infinite Dragon Ball history and whatever else they're going to throw down the line. Because they get 30%, that seems like as long as they get a good amount of orbs, I think they'll be okay for Super Battle Road. I mean, you guys gotta tell me when you test it out. So like I feel like what they're doing with the cards that have like Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, there's one of every typing that's called Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, right? So I feel like they're differentiating the specific cards for different styles of events, and there's some overlap, but there's definitely one pro for like the Int Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and when he gets his EZA, like okay, he's gonna be really good on Super Battle Road. And then the tech one that got his EZA as a nuker is like, okay, you know what? He's going to be really good on the Legendary Goku event. I feel like that's what they're trying to do because what about the strength Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta? Do you guys remember that one? Like, you know what I mean? Like
the one area where they're making a lot of these guys relevant is that it's Blue Vegetas from all over, right? Like the tech one is on Movie Heroes, the Int one is on Future and Time Travelers, and then Evolution Blue Vegeta is on Universal Survival Arc. So like no matter how good any one of the three are on like those specific like saga type teams, that unit is still relevant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it also makes me wonder if they are kind of like a small preview of what potentially the Int Trunks could get for his EZA, the one that came out with the tech Zamasu. So that's something.
He needs it. Way more.
Oh, he needs it. He needs it. He definitely needs it. Yes.
Him and Super Saiyan 3 Broly really need EZAs.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, rip Super Saiyan 3 Broly.
All right. So I'm just looking at the spreadsheet, not spreadsheet, the like the notes that we have for the podcast, and we have a note here that says Bergamo on it.
Bergamo. What is that? I've never heard of that card. No, never.
I don't know if you guys want to. I don't know if you guys wanted to talk about that guy at all, or if we can just skip over that one real fast because I don't think anyone wants to hear that.
I don't think anyone cares about it. Nah. Nobody cares.
So it's like 300% attack and defense, right? If that wasn't good enough, they also gave him the 9 turn stacking defense on super attack. What did they like? What was going through their minds when they made him?
You have to actually make this guy decent, otherwise the awakening won't matter.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, because the thing is, right? if they didn't make this guy like absurdly busted, would anybody care? That's like, I guess, what they were thinking. I guess I don't know.
I think Team B was involved.
Team B was yes.
What you say?
I was gonna. One thing I love about it is that feel like one reason people went so crazy about Bergamo is we're talking about a unit from like 2017, like that they just turned into legitimately one of the top units in the game. Like I don't think it's a stretch to say that. Like he's one of the 100 best units in the game or something like that, right? Like he easily. And it's a unit that people had in their box, full duped already. That's what's impressive to me. That's why I think he made such an impact, because Blue Cow and Goku, oh my god, he's so broken, but like he's a Dokkan Fest unit, you got to pull for him, right? Free-to-play players, you're not going to be able to get him at will. But Bergamo, a lot of people have had plenty of time to pull him.
You can get him off tickets as well. Like if you had a ticket left, you can still get him. So it was really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played with him, but I imagine he really makes the giant super battle road super easy, like a joke. That's what I imagine with it.
Nolar, have you used Cumber on there?
Yeah, he makes that thing a fucking joke.
Oh,
too.
he makes that thing super easy.
So you can have Bergamo on one turn and Cumber on the other.
Yeah, exactly. So someone to tank all the crap on one turn, that's Bergamo, and then on the next turn you'd have Cumber just annihilating their attack and defense.
So real quick, in case people in the chat don't know, Cumber, when he gets hit, he stuns all super class enemies. There's a 50% chance that he'll stun all super class enemies.
Mm-hmm.
So, you put him in the first slot, chances are there's going to be 4 or 5 attacks there. And every single time he gets hit, there's a 50% chance that he'll stun the entire rotation. And every enemy on Giant class Super Battle Road is a super class enemy. So,
Yep.
Yeah, and then when he supers them, he lowers their attack and defense. To
greatly,
a point where,
actually. Yeah,
to a point where it's like you just threw a Whis on. You just used a Whis, and then they attack someone else on the rotation, and it's like double-digit damage, and you're like, oh, okay, great.
So it's basically like if Jiren's passive had the chance to activate every time he got hit.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
With a better chance, because isn't Jiren's like medium chance or is it high chance? I can't remember.
It's a medium.
Yeah, because Cumber is high, right? That's 50% chance to stun someone. So yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I think we're all in agreement. Bergamo, he's pretty good, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it just brings kind of a mediocre card into something that's a lot of people probably have.
Yeah, I think it's like it's kind of similar to how they did with Ribrianne, right? Because Ribrianne, that int one, is like,
oh yeah,
like she makes that Peppy Gals team like almost like literally one of the best teams to run in Super Battle Road for any stage.
Yes. I easily, like, no effort, no item, the Universal Survival Arc stage, full Peppy Gal team. Didn't even try.
Yeah, and so my point is, they turn these units that people like don't care about, or like they just don't like them, like their character, and they make them just ridiculous, like to force people to care about them, because nobody cared about Bergamo before this.
I think it's smart.
Nobody cared about him. Yeah,
he had at least 2 fans.
2 fans.
I mean, that further reinforces the point of, like, people were like, oh, I bobbled Bergamo, but oh my god, he's so good now. It's like, guys, don't ever bobble an SSR. Something like this could happen. You know what I mean? So you never know, that one card could be your trump card to take down an event or a super battle.
Oh, easily, whatever. Yeah.
So yeah, this just further reinforces the point, like, never bobble an SSR, because they will eventually get some kind of awakening. Whether it's going to be good or not, well, again, that's up to Akatsuki, and nobody knows what they're doing. Even they don't know. So
yeah, and what was I going to say? Like, for example, that strength, like Metal Rildo card that still has not gotten a Dokkan Awakening, who's like 4 years past due for a Dokkan Awakening. Like, he's going to become ridiculous whenever he gets his Dokkan Awakening.
Oh yeah.
So if you pull him, don't Daba him. Just keep him. That's my recommendation.
Also, Skinny Boo. Skinny Boo is going to be insane.
Skinny Boo. Yeah, Skinny Boo, I think, is the only one on that banner that has not Dokkan Awakened yet, right?
Yep. Wait, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe they'll...
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Only unfortunate thing for our boy Skinny Boo is that he doesn't have that tournament of power link. Because like Bergamo, people go, oh, well, his links are trash. It's like, well, any unit that fights in a tournament of power has a 3 key link, so he's not gonna have trouble supering.
Yeah.
But Skinny Boo, unfortunately,
what does he have? He never actually shocking speed.
He does have shocking speed, yeah.
But he never actually fought, right, in the TOP. So technically, he wouldn't be in there.
Yep. Yeah.
Listen, no, we got debated, bro. He was on the posters before they put like Frieza on there.
That's true. You're not lying.
He technically was at the tournament of power, right? He was on the stage on the posters.
Yeah.
I still remember
by poster logic, he's officially on the team now.
Yeah, poster logic, he's on the team. Yep.
In the Boogie Back ending, they forewarned us where he's sleeping on the cloud what was going to happen.
Okay.
I remember that.
That was all the new units that came out. Something I want to talk about too. I actually just added this to the notes, but that Christmas ticket thing, like we still have no idea what that is, right? On global.
Nope. As of now, I have no idea.
Yeah. Because what's weird is they added those tickets in to the database like week ago or week and a half or so before the Kaioken Blue banner even was revealed, and we can get them through missions, and we still have no idea what they do. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think it's probably the Tanabata banner coming through maybe some sort of ticket thing? I don't I have no idea.
Originally, I thought maybe it was going to be for the Dokkan Fest banner, but that obviously turned out to be false.
That's what I thought too, yeah. I think most people were thinking that.
So, I mean, it's either... My guess is that either on Christmas Day, there will be some kind of Christmas banner that maybe also has tickets, or it's the equivalent of the Tanabata banner for Global. That's the only guess I can really think of.
I agree. That's what I'm sort of thinking, is that they might do the Tanabata banner and that those tickets will be available for it. Like for part 2 Christmas, they drop Kale and Khalifa and then the Tanabata banner like at the same time. And then the Christmas tickets are on that. But if they do that and it's the same Tanabata banner from JP, that means someone out there is going to pull Gohan and Goten or one of the Super Saiyan 4s for free from those free tickets. Someone will, which is going to be crazy.
What if they could do? I don't know if people would.
You think you're going to get tickets per multi with Tanabata banner?
Well, listen to this. What if they did? Because if they release Kale and Khalifa and the Tanabata banner at the same time, they could replace Gohan and Goten with Kale and Khalifa on that banner, and then do a thing where like you get tickets per summon on the Kale and Khalifa banner, and then you can summon on the other Tanabata / Christmas, whatever they were going to call it, with those tickets.
That will be broken. I like it.
And you get so Global Shaft. What? Like,
well, I mean, the only thing that people would be upset about is if they've been saving their red coins for Gohan and Goten, and they just don't.
That's true. The other thing too is like I mean, this could also be what's it called, Pilaf's Trove thing. It could. Okay, I agree. It's probably one of the things you guys said. There's a small chance that it's just like a Pilaf's Trove. You buy a pack and you get these tickets. And then you summon on the banner and on this separate like special ticket banner. That's it. Like it could be that too, but more than likely, I agree. I think it's what you guys are saying. So we'll find out soon.
I could see another 20 pull ticket. Like if they buy from Pilaf Trove, you do 20 summons.
That was such a weird thing. I still think that was like such a weird sale that they had. Like 20 unit summon, it was like spilling off of my screen on my phone. Like it was such a weird thing. I don't know. They could have just made it 210 like summons. Like I don't know. It was weird.
Okay. Goresh, do you recall? Okay, so 2 years ago, there was a Christmas pack when UI Goku came out. You got some tickets and you got a whole bunch of orbs.
Oh, those are so good. I bought all of those.
Yeah. Do you remember what last year's was? Did they have one?
Last year was what was last year? I forget. That was Hit, right?
Yeah, because I'm looking on DBZ Space. They have a Pilaf Trove section. Mm-hmm. I'm not seeing it though.
I don't remember anything last year.
Did they even? If they did, it was bad because I don't remember buying anything from there last year.
Because I imagine they could just copy the UI Goku formula this year. Some of those Christmas tickets, orbs, boom. They'll get sales with that for sure.
Yeah, I've noticed that recently with the peel-off packs, they've been throwing in the orbs because I think that attracts a lot of sales. Just throwing in like.
If I was on global, that would attract me.
Yeah, I know. Same.
Yeah. All right, so I think that covers the tickets. Next, we got top grossing when. I think it's definitely coming, right? I mean, we hit it in like 5 countries. I don't think they're gonna not give out top grossing rewards for Christmas, which is like one of the biggest times on global. I just think it's a little bit weird how they're waiting so long. It's been what, 5
Global's
days?
been banned and they're taking away our top grossings.
No, I definitely think it's coming at some point. I don't know how many songs.
Probably Monday, because I heard they don't give out top grossings on the weekend, so Monday, expect them Monday, most likely.
Yeah, I mean, again, we'll see, but I have a really hard time seeing them not giving out top grossing.
Yeah. We should get it, though. We should.
I believe they'll give it out.
If I recall, there have been times in the past where we actually have hit it and they haven't given out rewards. And I think it's just sort of like this thing where they have it pre-planned to when they're going to be giving them out, because they know when like certain countries or whatever are going to hit top grossing. They just do it whether they like it, or if they don't feel like doing it, they won't give it out. But I think in this scenario, 100% will get top grossing. I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, I saw there was like 13 countries at number 1.
Did we really? That's pretty ridiculous. So yeah, I would expect top grossing, at some point, maybe over the course of the next like 2-3 days.
I could see that.
I also added this to the notes. There is like some very weird maintenance scheduled for Monday at like the middle of the afternoon in my time, so like 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't understand, like they've never done that before. It's like, I don't know how long it goes for. I'm going to pull it up. But literally it's Monday, like in the middle of the day. It's from 3 p.m. It's from 3 p.m. to like 6 p.m. It's 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's like, what is that?
Well, can't be like 4.8, because that was, how long was that maintenance? It was like a full day practically, right?
Oh, you're saying the JP one? It was long
yeah.
as hell.
So it can't be that. What did we have in like 4.7 that I don't remember. I honestly have no idea.
I don't know. I mean, this if it's like actually like some sort of thing that they need to put in there in maintenance, it could be a global first type event.
Could also be like putting up the new putting in the database the Christmas stuff, like the second part, right? So
yes, I think for sure, yeah, probably.
I think that's what it is, since it's only 3 hours and it's starting on, you said Monday, so
yeah, Monday.
That sounds about like the thing that could be happening, but if it's not that, then I have no clue what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a weird time. I don't think that, in my experience from playing this game for over 4 years at this point, I don't think they've ever done a maintenance at like the middle of the afternoon before, unless it was like a joint celebration and it was like getting ready for a banner to drop and like the download celebrations. That's the only time I've ever.
That's basically the only thing I can ever think of. Yeah. So it could definitely be something special.
I don't know.
Maybe a new banner.
And that sort of goes into the next topic, which is the last topic for global, is what's coming in part 2. We sort of already talked about it, but like other than the banners, like what do you guys think is coming? I think there's actually a pretty decent chance we get another global first in part 2. Whether or not they do it through like a legendary summon banner, or maybe they do a top legendary summon banner with Kale and Khalifa, and then they release a second LR on there. That's a global first. I don't know. New story events. I mean, we all know how often they've released a new story event on global, right? First.
Yeah. Listen, they can't release Kefla on global first. They can't do that to me. So
LR Kefla.
Yeah,
you might have to like main global,
huh? She's coming to JP first, fellas. Let me just tell you.
I mean,
that's the way it's gonna be.
If you get a top banner or a legendary banner, like I would imagine like LR Kale and Khalifa, and then like featured LR Goku Frieza, like that would be a pretty good banner.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
What about
with Goku having just come out?
What about an LR trio to Dangers? Can you imagine how crazy people would go for that? People would like summon like crazy on that. Actually, that would be such a good marketing move if they did that.
Yeah, that would be.
What about Universe 7 Ultimate Gohan?
Yeah, I mean they could.
They shaft every Ultimate Gohan, so no.
Okay, that could be like a Gohan
like
and Piccolo unit or something.
That would be like really important to release on global right now, actually, because Goku is a representative as the Universe 7 leader, and that team is so damn bare bones. That would be like really important, actually. Like Piccolo, Krillin, Tien, like Roshi, like they need versions on that team.
But the thing is, I feel like if they did that, it wouldn't just be LR Ultimate Gohan. It would be like a story event with U7 reps, and you could farm TN, all those guys. So like, but unfortunately, like Goresh says, how often Global gets story events. So seeing that makes that not likely to me.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, the end of the year / Christmas is so hype for Global. And the weird part about this specific year for Global and Christmas is that they released the quote-unquote Christmas banner so early. Like,
no, that's true. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Because last year, I believe Hit was actually on Christmas Day or the day before Christmas.
It was 24th or 25th.
Yeah, it was Christmas Eve. He released.
Yeah, and then the same thing with UI Goku.
Also, yep.
So, I mean, again, it might just be that, whatever the ticket banner ends up being, which I think is just going to be the Tanabata banner, but we could see something new, too, that's unexpected. Have people use their stones on the Kaioken Blue Goku, and then all of a sudden we just get, I don't know, LR transforming Kefla or something like that. I don't know. But I think that's going to be...
And truth goes crazy.
I think that's going to wrap up Global. Anything you guys want to add to that, or can we move on?
Well, with
hit everything.
Yeah, just something to actually just talk. So say you're talking. What prime battle LRs does Global not have from JP?
Just Cell. You're just missing Cell. But okay. I have no idea. I mean, because he came with Piccolo, right, on JP?
Yes, and I presume he'll come with Piccolo on Global as well.
Yeah, Piccolo should be the next Dokkan Fest exclusive coming to Global. So
unless they do another first, I agree.
I would expect him to be coming in January, at some point. Unless they do another Global first and then push him back even more. But I mean, I don't think people are exactly jumping out of their seats for Piccolo. So
unfortunately, no. Even though he's a really good card, it's just unfortunately you're not really going to have anyone.
Well, it's also because his
going crazy.
I don't know. It's also because when I summon for a unit, right? It does play a part in how often am I going to find friends for that unit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
absolutely.
Okay. Piccolo got shafted the hardest of any unit ever because no one summoned on his banner. And at the time, I was telling people, definitely, ignore this. Piccolo is going to be one of the most awesome number 2 units on a banner ever. But then they brought him back on Android 13's banner. No one summoned on again. So no one has Piccolo still. No one has him. You can't. No. Android 13? Dude, I can't find Android 13 friends already. His banner's still up. I can't find friends.
No one summoned, dude. We all know that New Year's is going to be the big thing.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think people are exactly, digging through their wallets for money to summon on the Dokkan Fest Piccolo banner, but he's going to come eventually.
Okay, I feel like this is the same situation with Goku Black, the physical Goku Black, when it first dropped in JP in October of 2016 or 16, I think so. Nobody really, even though he was Goku Black, it was obvious that not a lot of people had summoned for him, so they made him better on Global, right? Do you feel like that's another case that should be happening with Piccolo?
No, because Piccolo is really good.
Yeah, he is really good.
Goku Black wasn't the best card ever, but Piccolo is if you get him to transform, he is literally one of the best Dokkan Fest exclusive units in the game, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I mean, yeah, I agree, but I'm just saying, people not summoning. I mean, of course, it's a game is driven on revenue. I don't think a lot of people summoned for Piccolo, clearly. So they're going to try to find ways to turn the wheel so that Global does it, but I don't know, outside of upgrading the card itself, what else could they do?
I agree. They could just make his banner better. They can add Zamasu and Trunks to the banner. They can, they can do a bunch of stuff. What if they added, I don't think they would do this, but what if they put LR Vegeta on the banner? I don't know. I think that would get people to summon.
They could hit, I don't know, units that had weird release schedules. Turles could be added to it, who's barely been on
Turtles is just on the Global banner, though.
Yeah, but I mean, you know how they work. They could just drop it back to back. I mean, tell that to transforming Goku, right?
Oh God!
and that's what gets.
Remember last week we all thought transferring Goku would be on the Global banner?
Never. There was no way they would do that. I refuse. There would have been a riot.
But that's what it gets into another point too. When are Zamasu and Trunks returning on Global, right? Because I think on JP they returned during the 300 million download celebration, And we know how badly that messed up everything when I think it was the Transforming Goku and Frieza released on Global, because that's when Turles came back on JP for the first time, I think. And
do you really want to know?
Huh?
Fifth year.
I mean, yeah, probably. Well, no, because I think the 5th year is when we'll see LR Gohan and Cell come back for the first time on Global.
Well,
I don't think they will. Okay, wait down.
What's the global?
They can slap Trunks and Zamasu.
Well, I was thinking, like, what's the global dual Dokkan Fest schedule? Because, like, JP, we've got the always the anniversary, Golden Week, New Year's, and then this big celebration. So, what's the schedule like for global?
I think the next Dual Dokkan Fest for global would be whatever JP gets in a couple weeks. In April is usually what they do, because that's when Vegito and or Rose came out.
Last year. Well, this year was special because we got the Gogeta and Broly like
early
in February,
in January, February,
February.
When the movie released, right? Okay, so at best in a month, at worst in like 4 months, right?
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
Because that's when I think they'll come back is on a Dual Dokkan Fest when it's an extreme and super type, and they'll return back featured there.
They could
just matter when that happens for global. So I think 1 to 4 months, guys. That's when they're going to be coming back.
Maybe they would begin to think about units that are on JP banners and then how they correlate to global if they're never going to change global banners again. I mean, they added the 2 to the Zamasu and Trunks banner, right? But like outside of that, they've shown
Girls is like, not that again.
They've shown very little interest in changing banners recently besides that. So
you want to know what the weirdest thing ever was? When they released the Transforming Vegeta that had literally the same exact banners in Goku Black, and then they released Goku Black like 3 weeks later, and he had the same exact banner and they didn't change it. That was so stupid. And then since that point, I've come to the conclusion that they'll never change like another banner again.
Well, I think the reason why they won't change it again is because you're gonna have global first units to like mix it up.
Yeah, maybe.
Because like if they before they used to change it because people would kind of follow JP and know like, okay, I won't summon. The next one's gonna have these specific units I want, but that just doesn't work for their revenue, right? So that's before they would like switch the banner up, like do a bait and switch and whatever. But now since you guys are having global first units, and it seems like they're putting a stronger emphasis on that, there's no reason for them to change stuff up. So that's why I think that's what it's going to be like.
Yeah, maybe that could be the case. Okay, I think this is a good time to transition over to JP Dokkan. Obviously, the big thing going on right now is the AGL LR Spirit Bomb Goku, right? From the Android 13 movie. Personally, I haven't had a chance to test him out, but I've seen a lot of videos about him. I've seen some people showcasing him, various dupe levels. So, what do you guys think about him so far? I mean, for those of you who have been able to test him.
He's really good.
He's a pretty good card. He's a very good. Really I've got him at 55%, no dupes, and dude's hitting average of, at least the attack stat. He's hitting an average of 3.5 million damage. So, like on a Super Saiyan team, I should say.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, Truth.
I was just gonna say, for me, I mean, right now he's like my favorite unit in the game. Like I'm having a lot of fun with him. Just like he shows up, he gets his 24 key like every single time, and he does like 5 million damage and seals and lowers attack, and he has a great link set. He's very strong.
I think what's so fun about him is because you never know where you're gonna get with them. Because like one turn you can get like 4 million, and the next turn you can get like 6 million. I think that's really fun to like, try to get as high as attack set with the Goku as you can.
The only downside to him, I mean, this is like first world problem kind of thing, is he always gets his 24 key. Sometimes you want the 12.
Yep.
So that's the only downside.
I have noticed that as well. That the 12 key super gives him more defense than even if you'd get like 9 orbs or something like that.
Yeah.
Like that 12 key defense is big.
Yeah, that's why like I went with the max crit with him because I like seeing crit numbers, big numbers. But I'm kind of thinking that like it might be better to give him a little more additional just to get that extra additional super to get that 12 key like extra defense boost. But I mean that's first world problems. But But yeah, I mean, dude, he's a very fun card. I think he's in like my top 3 favorite LRs to play with. And there's so many teams you can play him on. Like I enjoy using him on Movie Heroes. Like that team's super fun with him.
It's so crazy now how well that team works. Like the LR Gogeta unit, then like Gohan and Goten, and you got like that Movie Hero Gohan, and like they all just work so well because this LR Goku, right? Like he gets so much ki from Rainbow Orbs, and he's creating Rainbow Orbs, and it just like makes all the units work even better. Like that Movie Hero team is really smooth.
Yep, I agree. And I haven't ran him as a lead, like a Super Saiyan lead yet, per se. But I definitely did the Super Battle World AGL. Oh, dude. I did it in like 5 minutes with him. Like, that's how stupid he is. Because even if you don't kill the unit, like in that 24 ki, you lower the attack and defense and seal. So like no one else is taking damage. Like it's so stupid.
Yeah, I think even I underestimated this, but I think one of his best assets is the ability to both seal and lower attack on the same super attack. And the reason why that's so insane is because if you're sealing them, they have to normal attack you, and then lowering attack pretty much guarantees that you're going to take double digits off of a normal attack. So
for the most part, yeah.
If you super attack somebody on Super Battle Road and they're not dead, you know, you got a 24 key super attack on someone and they live, you're literally not going to take damage from him. So it's like, what is the downside to getting the 24 key over the 12 key when you could just, I mean, I guess it would make a difference on like an event where you aren't able to seal them. So I guess that makes sense for like the Goku event.
Yeah, and that's what Noir was mentioning before, and I noticed this my little showcase of him at 55%, where it really was only on the Goku event, right? Because you can't lower the attack after Super Saiyan 3, and you can't seal him at all. That was the one area where, okay, this guy's getting hit for actually decently high numbers with no items or anything like that. And this is where you wish you had the 12 key super attack. But again, that's nitpicking. That is, again, first world problems. So, but overall, he's a really fun card to use. He really is. I need to try him on Movie Heroes still.
Yeah, and also the fact that he's featured on a double rates banner too is pretty crazy, because we think about the last one that was featured, it was like LR Trunks and Mai, you know.
Mid.
They're good,
Very mid.
but they're not this Goku level of good.
No, there is definitely a huge difference.
So what's coming for New Year? Like,
well, I mean, you know, Kawhi was here earlier in the chat. You know, he dropped a hint. Someone tweeted out, what could we see for V-Jump? V-Jump is coming up in a couple of days. And Kawhi tweeted a GIF back of Majin Vegeta versus Angel Goku. Now, if you guys recall, people were talking about Spirit Bombs or Goku. You know, Kawhi makes a cryptic tweet just of the GIF of him. You know, so.
Speculation City. Huh.
Could be seeing a Majin Vegeta soon.
Hopefully
and I think Majin Vegeta actually would be very hype. Like, I think of the animations now with Majin Vegeta.
Oh, yeah.
I think is a New Year's worthy card.
Can it just stop giving him over in a flash for some weird reason? Like, seriously.
That is odd. It is. I agree.
Do you think their passive skills, not passive skills, leader skills going to be, mono leaders? Like 150%?
Nah. I think they could give Vegeta rivals as well as two.
Yeah,
I think so too. I totally agree with that.
What would they give to Goku?
See, what's interesting is the Goku, like, what is the Goku going to be? Are they just going to do a fest for Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku, or is he going to be some sort of like transforming all over the place? Like
I bet he transforms into 3. I bet he goes into 3.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Because there's not that many Super Saiyan 2 Angel Gokus. Right? I mean, I know there's a few, but here, let me look it up.
Oh, AGL, physical, and that's
his
the Battlefield one.
So it'll be Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku.
Yeah, the STR one.
So it'll be Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku, and then his active skill is he gives a Senzu Bean to the opponent. Just like how he gave Majin Vegeta the Senzu Bean.
Personally, what I would love to see is a base form Angel Goku who turn 1 goes Super Saiyan 3. I think that would be awesome.
Oh, you know what they could do though? They could do a base form Angel Goku into Super Saiyan 2 Goku, like for the end of the year, right? That would
either.
I think that's actually really likely. Like a base form Angel Goku And then a base form Vegeta who just goes Majin Vegeta.
Yeah,
that'll be cool.
Like turn 1, because they transform without fighting.
Right, and they're not taking up because there's no base Vegeta that you run that's super good right now, and so it's not going to stop you from running another.
Wait a minute. Let's not discredit that 50% support now. Hold on. Even if you don't have other extreme units around, he is a nasty boy.
But he's mostly for more mono teams, or if you're running a very int heavy team, though. You're not going to run a team.
Honestly, I don't think so. They're pretty damn good.
No, they are.
Units
if you use them by themselves, they're pretty good. But I mean, if you had to pick between the two of them, if you got both of them, I think I would rather choose the newer base form.
Yeah, if there was a fest for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I see your point. Where there are, what about the physical one, from the Saiyan saga? The one that's the Vegeta's family lead.
He's solid.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
he
raises attack and defense, and he's a decent option. Yeah.
Yeah, I also saw somebody saying like, oh, they're not going to do a base form or a base form Vegeta who transformed to Majin Vegeta because that would like destroy the chance of there being a like a Saiyan Saga Vegeta card. But they could just make that Saiyan Saga Vegeta card Vegeta Great Giant Ape. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so I think that's not an issue.
Could you imagine if his transformation was like active skill, where he creates the ball and throws it up like that? Dude, that's gonna happen. Fast Kaioken Goku and Great Ape Vegeta. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that would be top grossing one day.
I was talking about this in the collab, the Summon collab we did, but like now that we have like precedent of them doing like a Kaioken Blue Goku with a different name than an actual like the same card, like a different version of the card. So we have one Super Saiyan Blue Goku who's actually Kaioken. And then we have one Kaioken Blue Goku who's actually named Kaioken in his name. So why can't they just do a Kaioken Goku from the Saiyan Saga, but then put in his name like Kaioken ×2 to differentiate it?
I mean, that's
easily good. You easily could.
Once they do that, you got a lot of Kaioken Gokus they can make.
Oh God.
Kaioken category?
Oh God.
But it's like it's not different than them doing like Super Vegeta or Super Saiyan Vegeta. It's sort of the same thing, right? Because Super Vegeta is a form. It's like it's a grade of Super Saiyan. So it's not really a different transformation. Yeah. So
I mean, I agree with you. I think it would be cool if they did that. It's just I feel like they're setting this precedent of the cards with the same name but used for different sagas and different categories. Yeah. So like, you know, it would be cool just like to run as a team, but I feel like they wouldn't do that. But yeah, so
yeah, I mean it's all up in the air at this point. Okay, let's move on to EZA Vegeta because he's the last. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but he's like sort of the last.
Last demigod one.
Yeah, the last like 100% Dokkan Fest unit that has not gotten EZA yet. So, what do we think?
Okay. The reason I find this fascinating, right, is because if you take a look at the timetable right now, so it's December. January, presumably, is when we'll get merged Zamasu, right? Like, I feel like there's a chance he could come at the end of the year, but maybe January. Like, it'll
be the end of the year / beginning of January based on how things normally go. But yeah, Tech Zamasu seems to be the next one.
Yeah. So it feels as though there's a chance then that Vegeta is obviously not the 5-year anniversary EZA. I mean, he could, since it looks like Blue Gogeta is going to be one of the units, right? But then Vegeta's EZA could potentially be delayed all the way until like March. So like we're talking, you know, I expected him to come where Super Vegeta came. So we're talking like a multiple month like delay like that. Like I have to imagine he's going to be really, really good just based off of how long he could be delayed.
Yeah, and Kawhi makes a good point in the chat too. Like, Merge Zamasu is probably going to be getting his EZA before him, so even more delayed. Like, we're going into a different realm of like leaders before we even get Vegeta. So, and also it's interesting to think about like we have so many good Blue Vegetas in the game. Like we talked about this earlier, but we have Evolution Blue Vegeta. We have the Father's Son Gallic Gun Vegeta. We have the new one that just got Dokkan Awakened on Global. Like, there's a lot.
I feel like they have to make them better than the new one, right? Like they have to make this Vegeta better.
Okay,
than the new one.
well,
Nobody's gonna use them.
I don't know about better. I just think different, because right now the Vegeta that just got the Dokkan Awakening Global is like a god in the Legendary Goku event. But if you look at what this Vegeta does, he's like lowering the attack of all enemies. So he's very similar to how Omega operates in the fact that you bring him in the Super Battle Road and you just win. That's it. So that's probably what I'm going to think. Like this guy's going to be much better in Super Battle Road, while the one that got his Dokkan Awakening Global is going to be a lot better for Goku event.
One area I'd point out too is that in Dokkan Battlefield, currently the hardest fight is Jiren, right? And Jiren really, you want to lower his attack, because otherwise he could just wipe you away very quickly. So a unit like Vegeta would be very helpful in Battlefield.
Easily.
Presumably if he changes from extreme class to all types, right?
Yeah. I mean,
that's the hope that we can get, right? Is that he will not only just be against extreme types. If he becomes all types and he's like, I mean, even 30, but he's 40, if he's 40% like what Omega got, whew.
What if he gets Compass ability to extreme types?
Oh man.
Because that would make sense, because he did kind of like Goku Black for a second was pretty stunned. He was like, oh, what the hell is going on? Oh.
And you know what else is interesting too? Once that EZA comes out, we have the strength one and the other AGL one that are going to get their EZAs too. So we're going to have like...
Oh yeah, that AGL one.
We're about to have like 400 blue Vegetas that are good.
Oh my god. AGL, Int, the other AGL, physical... No, is it physical? Tech? What's the one on global? Tech?
Tech, yeah.
Tech. Yeah, geez, you can almost build, like, all you need now is some Vegeta that starts out like at Super Saiyan God or something like that and goes into blue, or just an Evolution Blue Vegeta by himself, and boom, you've got an entire blue Vegeta team.
No, the manga got into blue. That would be really
cool.
Yes,
yes.
Because they could do 100%. Goku does it in the anime, and then Vegeta does it in the manga as like a dual Dokkan Fest. That'd be cool.
Dude! Ooh. No, stop, stop. My wallet can't take it.
And it's funny, like compare blue Vegeta to blue Goku right now in Dokkan. Like blue Goku is a lot worse off than blue Vegeta.
Yeah, by far.
He got blue Kaioken, Goku got his EZA, which helps, and then this now new Goku Awakening. But like I don't know, you're gonna compare that STR blue Goku to blue Vegeta? Like Vegeta wins by a mile.
There's so much they could do with blue Goku too. Like, what if we got a blue Goku that transforms into UI Goku via the Spirit Bomb or something, like, or now that they have the Kaioken in the name for blue Kaioken, what if we just had a blue Goku transform into Kaioken blue Goku?
Yep.
Yeah, you could easily do that.
Like, there's so much they can do with blue Goku. It's like they just refuse to release a good one. I don't know, except for the one that just Dokkan Awakening Global. He's ridiculous. But yeah, I think that's it for the Vegeta. I mean, we mentioned this earlier, but Merge Zamasu is pretty much guaranteed to be getting the EZA next on JP, because they said that the little thing in the news at the bottom of the, it goes like the Bluestone thing.
It was the Bluestone banner that showed every single card. And you can apparently grab a Kai now with the Bluestone. Totally worth it.
Redstone and Bluestone.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But yeah, it definitely, I mean, it said Gattai Zamas, and I was like, okay, that's Merge Zamas in Japanese, so.
Yeah, it was kind of like when they teased the physical Goku Black getting his EZA in the news too. It was like, oh yeah, by the way, this guy's getting an EZA soon. So it's like,
maybe pick this guy up. You never know.
Yeah, and it's interesting too because Trunks was also like, you could also get him with the Blue Stone, but it didn't talk about him at all. So I mean, definitely Merge Zamasu is next.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna actually pull up his details right now, but he has like what, 120% attack,
120% attack, and 15 or 20% to super enemies and allies, lowering their attack, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about him to me is that when he released, that minus to like super class allies wasn't that big of a deal. But now that he's on, because you would just run him on an extreme team, right? It wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
But now that we have, obviously, the Realm of Gods team, a lot of the best Realm of Gods units are all super types. That's going to come into effect a lot more I wonder if they're just gonna get rid of that, or if they're gonna keep that, but just make him like ridiculously busted instead, so it wouldn't even matter that much.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it even affects it affects other teams like Patara and Fusion as well. Or sorry, not Fusion, Future. And so, like you said, they either have to take that away from the whole Super Allies, which I don't think they'll do because they gave it to the AGL one if you ever transform him into the corrupt version.
Yeah.
Or they just have to make it. Maybe they'll make it like keep the same for super types or super type allies, but super type enemies is like Omega levels or something like that.
Dude, I mean, honestly, if they even bump his attack up to 130% with the 18,000 attack he's got, I mean, he'll be worth that 10%. As long as that stays at 10%, it's not really going to be that big of a deal, I don't think, because he's going to be hitting so hard.
Just give him. All they need to do now is just give him some defense, and he's good to go. That's really all he needs.
Honestly, that's all you need is just a little bit of defense.
Just give him stacking defense when his super attacks. All he needs,
or damage mitigation. I mean, that's what they do.
Damage mitigation. Right? Yeah, do that. Yeah, right. Yeah. Blue's got damage mitigation at different levels of each transformation, but yeah.
And he's got a bit of healing under at least the blue one, the AGL one's got a bit of healing. Like they could just throw a little bit of everything there, and he'd be fine. You know what I mean? Like it'd be okay. Because they like to give Zamasu units like healing, right?
80% or below HP, then you gain 10% of your HP.
Oh, I'd love that.
Same with the int one, right? Or what's the int one? Is it just healing every turn, or is it just damage mitigation? I keep forgetting.
Int is mitigation, but he heals on super attack.
Yeah, so they could do some combination of that because they like this. For every unit they have certain themes, right? So I think with Zamasu they like the healing, they like the damage mitigation. Even just give him like a 30%, 40% defense buff, and I think he's fine.
Actually, they might not give him healing, because they take the healing off for that form for the AGL one, huh?
Yeah, they do.
Yes, they do. Yep.
Because of the purple Bukaki part, right? Like they kind of, I guess they say like his healing isn't as good or whatever. Like if they just give him like 50% damage reduction. All right.
I thought you were gonna say give him 50% healing. I was like, what?
50% heal every time you come back. There we go.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, but like,
what
is his leader skill going to look like too? Like right now, I think he's one key leader, 70% for extreme, right?
He's one key leader. Yeah, both he and Trunks are one key and 70% to either super or extreme types. So I'm gonna guess 70 to each type, or to the extreme or super. I don't know. My guess.
I think it's time to get some buffs for categories in here. So like maybe he would be extreme class 120, and then also like Patara 120 or something like that. I think it's time they could probably do stuff like that at this point.
Yeah, they're probably gonna wait for 120% leads to start doing that. Would be my guess. I don't know.
Because remember, this is like sort of the next step up, right? Like this is Zamasu is part of sort of the next class of units, rather than where like Blue Vegeta and Vegito and them were. So usually when they do that, like the first EZA is always a lot more impressive than we think, I feel like.
Yeah. That's true. That's definitely true.
Yep.
Okay. Next we got we had kind of talked about this already. The speculation for the dual Dokkan Fest exclusives coming out at the end of the year. Are we all in agreement that we think it's going to be the Angel Goku?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Vegeta. Yeah. I mean, we'll know in what? It's Sunday Japan right now, so I'd say within the next probably by Tuesday Japan time, we'll probably start seeing the leaks on that website, and then the day after we'll see it, like actual scans and everything.
We could say this week.
What if since EZA Zamasu is getting EZA, what if it's like a Vegito and Rose again?
It's not out of the realm of possibilities. I would probably go more towards the Goku and Vegeta, just because of what has been shown and what people are hinting at and everything. But again, I wouldn't put it past them to do that again, because maybe they'll scratch at the last second and be like, well, what's going to make us more money or something like that, right? I mean, like we always say, nobody knows what goes on at Akatsuki. Not even they do.
Yeah.
I guess it is important to mention too that this fest coming up is the last one before the 5-year. So
Yep.
Usually they like to make it as enticing as possible because, like, if you think about it in hindsight, like Trunks and Zamasu, like it's not like that exciting, but that they had just been in the anime, right? Like just right there, so they was super hype at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah. And the weird thing about that particular time was that they were on the same banner.
Yeah, and Vegeta Blue was back really quick. That was a good banner.
Yeah, that was also
Yep,
that was
a very
also
good banner.
that was also like right after he came out too, Vegeta Blue. So it was like,
Yep.
because I guess they wanted to line it up with the anime, right? Like they just had Vegeta Blue. Vegeta Blue came out literally like 2 days later, and then like I think it was like the next Dokkan Fest after that was it the next one? It might have been like 2 in between.
I think STR Cell came out and then Trunks and Zamasu.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep, that's right.
But that's still pretty quick, right?
Oh yeah, like for a unit, how good he was at the time, Vegeta Blue. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna add something because we actually did not have this in the notes, but there was something very interesting that we saw.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So basically, in the update, I think it was 4.8. We got a download, and in the files, I think somebody was able to find something with like equipment / stickers for the game.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, like, are they gonna start adding equipment to the game, like Legends, or like what's gonna happen? Like,
did you guys see what the details were? So there's 3 slots.
There's 3 slots, yeah, and it's based on
unit gets to UR. One was when a unit to SA10, and one is when a unit gets 2 paths unlocked, which is going to be real tough for like LRs.
Yep. Yeah, and I even saw. I mean, the person who posted it on the Reddit, had written the English over part of the Japanese, but I could catch some of the Japanese and say, okay, yeah, Hisatsuwa's 10, which is super attack. UR, and then it said 2 pass. I was like, okay. And then it was not only giving stats, but it was also giving more boost to dodge, crit, and additionals. So I don't know how they're gonna. We really have to see how they handle it. But I will say one thing: if it is very similar to Legends, where you farm up the equipment or something like that, let us sell more than 20. Come on, Legends, pick it up here. It's true. Everyone in this chat and everyone in this podcast right now knows it's true. Like, let us sell more than 20 at a time.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I hope they make it very limited in the sense that it's not going to be equipable on like LR Gohan and Goten. So basically, what I was thinking, like for the 5th year anniversary, like we could get, for whatever units are coming out for the 5th anniversary, we can get like very specific equipment that is only for those new units that come out, and they could do like some crazy thing, and that would be the start of like how they introduce equipment to the game.
Now,
I actually was hoping that they would do it a little similarly to Legends, just with like Legends will have equipment that's good for like the future tag, right? So like I would like to see that done for Dokkan. We're like, okay, this equipment is for like the future category, stuff like that. It's a good way to sort of like buff certain like teams and stuff like that without having to do new units. But I also wouldn't like to see like the complete like random RNG like re-rolling factor that Legends has with equipment. That they could keep.
Yeah.
No, thank you on that. No, thank you on that.
So, all right, there's a lot of things to discuss about equipment, at least from my perspective. One, where this is pretty much if it's going to be usable, it's going to be usable everywhere except for World Tournament. That's how I see it, because they like to really restrict how much, like, you can bring a friend, but you don't even get your friend's leader skill added to yours when you take a World Tournament friend, right? So I think that if they add equipment, it's strictly going to be for PvE stuff, which is like 95% of the game. Okay, so there's that. The other thing too is it going to be narrow in scope, like Goresh said, like specific units with certain names can use these equipment, or is it going to be broader, like True said, and it's going to be more for categories or like typing, like if you're super strength, you can use this equipment. And so, I mean, that's 2 things to consider there too. The other part too is it farmable and is it summonable? So
please be farmable.
I did notice they said that it looks like they dropped from events at least at the start, but they could always push it a step further, right? But seems like the first wave is farmable from events,
which would make sense, be given their track record, right? Like when they introduced LRs, it was a Prime Battle LR Tech Goku, right? So that's they could do that, and then down the line, like 6 months later, it's like, hey, we're releasing LR in the Vegeta Blue, and you can also summon his exclusive equipment that makes him super broken instead of just super broken. Like, yeah.
Can we say that the equipment is going to be dropping for the 5th year? Because I feel like every new year there is something new added to the game. Like last year was active skills. The year before that was transformations. The year before that was, what was it?
It's a good observation.
I think there's a good chance, but it does at the same time feel a little early for them to put, because they have to be aware that we see this stuff. Like, yeah,
it's really weird that they put it in already, right?
So like I wonder,
every year brings something new to the game.
Yes, like I do think there will be something new, but like I'm almost sort of leaning more towards this being like a New Year's thing.
Yeah, it's also really weird because the way Legends does equipment is they're all just farmable from events, right? And you can get some from like PvP or whatever, and they're all drops. There's no summoning for equipment in that game.
Well, but they implemented their way to get you to spend crystals on that.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, as of now, like, they're not going to put out banners in Dokkan where it's like, oh, summon for this equipment, and like you're summoning for equipment. They're not going to do that. I don't think.
I could see it just being like a bonus, right, or something.
Well, it could be like
name with a Kai. Like you get a Kai and you get equipment. I can see that.
Yeah.
Or tickets. Like you can summon through tickets. It'd be part of the ticket pool or whatever, something like that. I could see that happen. Or for global, when it comes to global, be like part of the Pilaf.
Man, global's gonna get all the luck with this, man. Y'all gonna get like perfect roll equipment from Pilaf Trove and stuff. Kelly already.
But also like the thing with Legends too is like they have been doing that since the start of the game. So there's like every event has equipment you can farm from it. Like, are they just going to add equipment to every single event in Dokkan, or are they just going to gradually come out only with new events, or are they just going to update old events? Because I know sometimes, when categories were released, they went back to older events and put categories in there to like get better drops. So they're going to do something like that. Like, I don't know. We'll have to see.
I mean, for farmable equipment, I could totally see that happening. That could be what they would do. Like I imagine if like a movie, the Movie Heroes event comes back for the Broly movie event, like they'll just re-add new equipment and say, hey, run Movie Heroes and get extra medals and equipment on these stages, right? So I could see that happening.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's gonna be very interesting what they do with it. Because I think there's a lot of potential, but it really depends on what kind of direction they want to go with. I mean, I personally would rather have like, oh, here's +5 dodge to super strength units, and then like you go to Super Battle Road and throw this equipment on your tanky unit or your not tanky unit, and give them more versatility. Like that would be cool. But instead, if they give like an extra 100% attack boost to Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, but you have to get it from the gacha, that would be really shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So I think that's pretty much going to do it for JP Dokkan. If you want to move into questions, or you guys have anything else you want to add?
Let's do questions.
Let's do questions.
Okay, so first question we got that I see here is, we actually kind of mentioned this already, but when does Zamasu / Trunks come back on global? So we talked about this a little bit. I think, whenever the next dual Dokkan Fest is, I think, February, March, April, sometime around there. I mean, we don't know who the double Dokkan Fest is going to be. We'll have to see, because right now we're only missing Piccolo,
Gohan.
Yeah, Piccolo, Future Gohan, Cooler, and Android 13 on global, right?
Yep.
And then
so you're only 4 behind.
Yeah, and then whatever's coming for New Year's is going to be what we get as the next double Dokkan Fest on global. So I think that whatever comes then will be when Zamasu and Trunks come back. Agree?
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah.
Okay. Next question: who is the next World Tournament LR? It's a good one.
I'm shocked that they didn't add it because the last 2 years, this was when they added the new one. I was stunned that they didn't add one right now.
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't
next
know who
day to download.
Oh, actually, I guess they could. They could still be a new LR because they could just put it in this week's data download. Like they just waited a week.
That's true.
Because the World Tournament doesn't start till Friday.
It's probably gonna be LR Krillin or like Master Roshi.
I was thinking Kid Goku and Kid Krillin. Yeah.
Can't just be Krillin by himself.
Poor Krillin. Poor Krillin.
D-Freeze crying right now.
Yep, he's at home.
Krillin will get a shine when we get that Saiyan Saga like exchange Goku, Gohan, and Krillin Spirit Bomb unit. That's when he gets his shine.
But I really want a Namek Krillin. That'll be cool.
Yeah, Namek, Krillin, and Gohan with their armor. Neither of them have good cards. And then that Vegeta is not even in Dokkan at all. The one that fights Frieza.
Namek Krillin's passive is he just takes 100% more damage from Frieza units.
Oh no.
D-Free's gonna come into this chat right now and be like, Goresh, stop.
They could do something like that because Yamcha gets stunned if Peppy Gals are around. So like maybe Krillin Krillin reduces damage by 70%, but if Frieza's there, he takes like 200% extra damage.
You lose the battle if like you face a Frieza unit.
It could be everyone who killed them, so like Frieza and Tambourine takes extra damage.
Yeah. And I guess Hellfighter 17 too, but that's GT, I guess.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about GT. Let's move on. Which EZA do you want to see next? He says not obvious.
It's like a banner unit then. Okay.
I have to look through the list.
Honestly,
Bergamo.
I would be cool with a mass.
Bergamo, yeah, Bergamo.
Yeah. I want to see the support Baba Shop units get an EZA. That's what I want to see.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a really
good
one.
Those are good. Those are good. You can even do them in a batch too, if they want to do.
Yeah, you could easily do them in a batch, just like you did those 6 EZA units, the metal cooler and all that stuff. Boom, good to go.
Those are all like weak characters in the game too, like Deborah, Great Saiyaman, Nappa. Like they need buffs badly.
They need EZAs. They need them.
I want to see.
If they made them like 30% supports for certain categories, like Nappa for Pure Saiyan, and then Deborah for Buu Saga, that would be great.
I want to see them do. I don't know if they would actually do this. I want to see the Ginyu Force get EZAs, like the free-to-play Ginyu Force units.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I can see that.
And then also the Super Strike cards. I want to see them get EZAs too. Well, I mean they have to awaken first, but I think they can do a lot with that.
I have a good one. What about the Int and the Tech Vegito cards?
Int and Tech. I mean, they will. They definitely will.
Vegito.
They will eventually from the Super Vegito EZA. I think whenever that comes around next time, they'll get an EZA for sure.
Yeah, you could tell because what they've been doing with those is the units at Dokkan with those medals get the awakening. Like that's why 17 and 18 awakened from the Cell EZA this time.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. The thing about Super Strike cards, though, aren't they already at SA 15?
Yeah, they actually are. That's a good point.
They are at, yeah, they're
I think
SA
the bigger
15
issue is that they're not TURs. They'd have to awaken first.
Yeah, they have to awaken first, and then. But we have we gotten that where someone was a base, like maximum SSR, and then got an awakening and then an EZA? I feel like we have, but I might be wrong on that.
I mean, like Broly right away, right? Like AGL Broly came out and then immediately had his EZA.
Yeah. Did the Int one, the farmable Int one, was that an EZA too? No, or was that just an awakening?
What?
No, that was just an awakening. The EZAs went to the free-to-play Goku Blue, the free-to-play Vegeta Blue.
Oh, okay. Right.
AGL Broly, which is a summonable card, and then later down the road was the STR Gogeta.
Gogeta. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Vegeta.
Yeah. Okay. Next is maybe a release of Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku before 5th anniversary on JP. I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't think that's very likely at all.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, you guys agree?
Yeah, I'd say there's like a 0% chance of that.
Yeah, because I think Hit came out in like April last year.
It was April when Hit came out, so I expect him around April time for JP.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately. Next, with so many LRs coming out, will there be a new rarity for whales to chase? If so, how would it get done?
All right,
so Goresh, Noir, and Truth, have at it.
Okay, here's my conspiracy theory. Okay, and I'm sorry if I speak this into existence, But the problem with the banners now is the guaranteed SSR. So when the LRs, someone like LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan first dropped, it was unfeatured and there was no GSSR. So his rate was what, like 0.2% unfeatured?
I don't like where you're going with this already.
Okay. Hear me out. This is what I think. This is, if I was Akatsuki and I wanted to milk the whales for everything that they have, this is what I would do. So they've established a precedent of you use stones, there's a GSSR. If you use tickets, there's no necessarily a GSSR. So I feel they'll make a separate banner where you have to use your gacha coins, all 3 of them, to buy tickets. Limited. Basically limited. But you have to use those gacha coins, which would then incentivize all the whales to keep spending on the Dragonstones banner to buy tickets to then go for this new rarity. Let's call it Z Rare or whatever.
ZTR.
At a rate of
this is 0.2%. So this is literally the 2nd year anniversary on Global with LR Gohan, is what you're saying?
Yeah, but and the reason why I'm saying that is because like it'll be a LR banner and a Dokkan Fest banner. So like it's a banner of Dokkan Fest units exclusives, LRs, that's both Dokkan Fest and non-Dokkan Fest, and then this new rarity. But the new rarity is going to be at a super low rate because that's the way. That's how you get the whales, like to really spend a lot. So that's what I think is the conspiracy theory. And you'll need 10 gold gacha coins or 5 blue coins to buy 1 ticket.
And $10,000, yeah.
Yeah, and the reason why is that there's no GSSR, so the rate can be as low as they fucking want to put it in. And that's how I see, if they were going to ever do it, that's how I would do it.
Definitely not the way to copy Legends, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if they ever did anything even like remotely close to that, I feel like there would just be no purpose of summoning on there, just for collectors' purposes, because you would never need that OP of a unit to clear anything unless they like release super OP events or something.
Oh my god, I can just. Oh my.
Nah, I'm gonna say
nope,
no.
I will grab my popcorn and I will watch you guys summon for that.
Going back to the question. Will there ever be a new rarity for Whale Chase? No, that's my answer. Moving on. Will Prime Battle LRs get EZAs? Interesting.
Eventually, I hope so. I mean,
I would hope so. Yes,
probably because Goku's trash. Like the first Goku LR.
Androids aren't great either.
Neither is Piccolo. Neither is Hercule.
Piccolo's the worst LR.
Piccolo's the best LR in the game.
I did a tier list.
I wish you'd be able to rainbow him. Then you'd be able to see that if he's the best LR.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, hear me out. I don't necessarily. I wish they will. I mean, I wish they would, and I hope they will. But that doesn't necessarily mean they could do it, because they could just give them specific equipment and make that quote unquote their EZA, right? So like, and change their stats are still good. They could just say, oh, here's a plus 150% attack boost for LR Tech Goku.
Yeah, I mean, all they need is like passive changes. That's all they need. They don't need like more stats, to be honest.
That's exactly what
the passive skill.
That's exactly what they did in Legends for Beerus, and it didn't work. But I mean, yeah, maybe they could try that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's actually a good point.
Good with his buff now.
Yeah, his buff. But I'm saying, but then back when they
when they first released him,
when they first released him, they were like, he's actually garbage and the worst unit ever. So let's make the best equipment in the game for him, and then we'll see if he's good. And he ended up not being good. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll do something like that for Dokkan with the equipment. If they, what if LR Piccolo got like plus 100% defense on an equipment or something? So he's like only there to be a wall or something. I don't know. Do we have any concluding thoughts? I don't know if we have any more questions. I can look at the Twitter.
Yeah, I got a couple here.
Okay. Yeah.
One was, what are they doing with the exchange mechanic? So we haven't seen the exchange mechanic since the 300 million download, right?
I can see it back again for the 5th tier, like exchange units.
It's really weird.
Gogeta.
There's so much they can do. So like I gave these 2 examples in I think a different video or something, but one is a future Gohan and a future Trunks fighting together or whatever, and then they exchange, future Gohan dies, and then Trunks goes Super Saiyan. That's one. Other one is a Vegeta and Nappa card, where the exchange is basically just Vegeta kills Nappa.
He also has the big Gogeta ones as well. Whis into Gogeta, and then Pycon.
Make a good Pycon card.
What about Krillin and Frieza? Then Frieza kills Krillin.
They don't fight together.
Each of you wants to know their location.
No, then Goku comes in, right? Then Goku comes in. That's the exchange. It's a weird card, right? It's like doesn't have a rarity or a super or extreme.
all the exchange cards we've had, they've been free to play, right?
Well, the LR androids.
LR Androids is the only one that has not.
Okay, that's right.
Yep.
I was actually surprised because I thought they would do a few Dokkan fests of exchange units. Like, I don't know, it just seems weird. Like, you know what's really weird to me? Have they ever done like a joined forces card as a regular TUR Dokkan fest? I don't think so.
No, they have not.
It just seems weird to
but they
anybody
have to get in line. They have to get in line to artificial life forms.
Yeah, that needs one first, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. All right, we got any more questions?
Strength Trunks, Super Saiyan Trunks, awakening when?
Probably never, to be at this point.
You mean Super Saiyan 2 Trunks?
Yeah. The support one?
Yeah, I don't even know, because I thought that would come with the Tech Trunks originally.
Yeah.
And then I thought, oh yeah, he has a chance to come with Future Gohan. Nope. And then I don't know. I don't know what else they could do. I mean, maybe they could throw him into like some kind of heroes thing because he's Super Saiyan 2 Trunks in Z, which is very weird. Doesn't actually happen in the anime. So I don't know. Maybe at some point he goes into like the heroes pool and then becomes a heroes card. That'd be kind of weird. But I mean, it was kind of a weird release in the first place, right? Like that card came out.
It was a very random card. Yeah.
That card came out before Super was airing, right? If I'm not mistaken. So
no, you're correct. Yep.
I don't know. Maybe they could sort of convert him over. I don't know. It's weird.
I think that's it in terms. Will we ever get a Dokkan Fest exclusive Fat Boo?
No.
Well, I actually think we could. Yeah, I mean, Fat Boo is powerful in the anime. Maybe
is he hyped though? Is he deserving of a Dokkan Fest? I feel like Kid Boo would be, but I don't know about Fat Boo.
They could do a transforming Fat Boo.
He had to transform. If he was a transforming Fat Boo, then yeah, I guess maybe he could.
A transforming Fat Boo who gets absorbed by Evil Boo into Super Boo.
Yeah, easily could.
See, I think it could happen because let's just look at the timeline, right? So we have the dual Dokkan Fest, which we probably think is Angel Goku and Majin Vegeta, right? This month, and then which is basically January. Then anniversary, whatever is the anniversary, the 2 LR cards. I think it'll be, if it is coming, it'll be right after the anniversary. That's my thought process, especially or a month after that. Like it'll be around that time period if they're going to drop one, and I think he deserves one.
Yeah,
but that's me.
Honestly, if Android 13 gets a Dokkan Fest, then I think Fat Boo could get one.
Truth's just crying in the corner right now. I'm going, I can't find any Android 13 friends.
Yeah,
it really is hard, man. Like
I agree with you. I've been trying to find some, and I couldn't. I'll even take a freaking no dupe one just to play with them, but couldn't even find that.
Nah, because people got to put LR Vegeta Blue as leader.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Well, I just looked at the tweet. We have so many questions. I don't know. We can't get through all these. I apologize.
You know who I can't find ever? This is weird. Transforming Vegeta, the Pure Saiyan's leader. I can never find him.
I can't find him.
I never find him. I never find him. Nope.
You can't. Yeah, you can't find him, but you can find LR Vegeta Blue, right?
Every single time, yeah.
Why does that happen?
Yeah, dude. There's some cards you just never see as leads, and like what you were saying, Goresh, that factors into like whether or not someone will go in for a banner for that card, right? So,
yeah. I think it's still the stupidest. I think it's still the stupidest thing in the game that they just don't have like a functioning friend system that isn't horrifically bad. Like they updated it once, and that was a good update. Remember, you couldn't refresh your friends list. Can you imagine that these days? If you couldn't refresh your friends list.
I know.
Oh god.
Okay, let me ask a question. If they made a friend system where you always have a copy of your leader, doesn't that encourage more summoning?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
I don't know why they haven't done that yet. Like that's the solution to the whole like friend system. Like,
if I rainbow this unit, I'll always have a double rainbow. And like, doesn't that get people to summon? Am I crazy?
But then that also defeats the purpose of the friend points. Which again, the friend points aren't really worth anything until they make something of it. I mean, I agree. It's not really.
They do give you just normal friend points for clearance stages anyway, though, right? So
not to mention every time you log in consistently, you know. So it's a mix between friend points and Zenny, and that's it.
That's
like
true.
That's the only thing that the consecutive day login bonuses give you. The normal login bonuses give you the stones and the items and everything, but the consecutive ones from day one basically are Zenny friend points the entire way.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so if they did something like that, like a system where like you get a copy of your leader or whatever, like one thing is like you could still use old friends that you have on your friends list. Like, let's say you didn't rainbow a unit and you have a friend that did, you could just use the friends unit. Like, it'd still be there as an option.
Yeah, you easily can.
You don't even have to copy your unit. It can just be like a 55% unit. It just copies like the unit, but not
give those Super Battle Road ones a 55% already. Stop with this no orbs SA10 crap.
At the very least, if they just gave you the free dupe version of that lead you're looking for, that would be fine. Actually, I'll go even a step lower than that. If I could just say I want a pure Saiyans friend, give me the leads, not the freaking cards that are in the category. Like, I don't want to go through a billion, LR, Super Saiyan 4 Vegetas when I'm trying to find, something else. Like, just let me give a button to say the leader of the category, and that will like make it a little bit better.
I like that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, easily.
All right, I think we're gonna do. What do you guys think? 2 more questions and then we'll move on.
Yeah, 2 more. Then we can move on to Legends. Yeah.
Okay. This guy asks, do you think the Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku is better than Cooler? I do think that.
Oh yeah, easily.
What do you guys think?
In terms of strength, like just pure numbers.
I mean, I guess all around. Like, is he a better unit?
For me, like I just take it as like real quick answer, yes or no, like real fast.
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
I'd say yes too.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, like gun to your head, right? Like yes or no.
Yeah, no, I'd say no. Overall, as an overall unit, Cooler's better just because of what he can do. Goku's stronger. Cooler's better as an overall unit.
Okay.
Yep, I agree with that.
All right. What else we got? What do you think about a Captain Ginyu item that would lower your own health, therefore making it easier to achieve active skills and transformation conditions?
No.
I just think like an item that would allow you to do transformations, period. Good idea.
Yeah. Instead of just take it a step further, instead of fulfilling, some of the conditions, because not all the conditions are HP percentage, it's like time, like 6 turns, just make it let you transform. That's it.
I got a better one. Fire Team A, let Team B do everything. There we go. Boom. Problem solved.
But you don't like 5 turns below 10% HP and have Android 17, 18, 19, 20, and 13 on your team to transform?
Oh, totally. I totally love that.
Okay, actually, this guy just donated $20, so let's answer his question. What do you think is a broken? Oh no, okay, that is a Legends question. So I'll just add that to the. I'll add that to the notes. Yeah.
Add it to the Legends questions. Yeah.
Anything that doesn't include yellow go is pretty broken, right? Don't want to use him.
Okay, what about an item that makes Chow Man like the best unit in the game?
Wait, but he already is the best unit.
Okay, now those fusions units could get awakenings at some point. Like they could legitimately turn him into a beast if Bergamo is any,
So every time he super attacks, instead of 20%, he loses 50% HP. Oh, that's pretty good.
I don't know what they could do, but they got to help him. He is actually the worst unit in the game because he lowers your health by 20% when he's super.
Oh my god!
But that is basically the Ginyu item he was talking about. It helps you transform, helps you activate active skills. It does all that stuff.
His passive is something like I think it's like 7 key when you're under 80% HP once only or something like that. I gotta double check.
Why is it so bad?
I mean, back in the day, I think because that was before the difficulty.
It was like the old World Tournament.
Yeah.
He was actually pretty good. Like he was good for like 2 weeks, and then the new World Tournament came out and just made him completely obsolete.
All right, so his passive.
I think what happened was he came out, and then the Tech Maj of Vegeta got his awakening, and he was just way better.
That's so true.
So Chow Man, he gets 8 key and plus 3,000 attack once only when HP is 50% or below.
Dude,
wow,
That's better than Cooler. So
if they give him an awakening, like they'll keep the 20%, lose 20% HP, but they'll make him like stun, seal, lower defense, and attack to everybody once. You know, like something stupid.
and he stacks also.
You know, stack attack and defense or some stupid thing like that. Okay. Anything else?
I think that wraps up Dokkan. That was a very thorough discussion because I mean there was a lot to talk about there anyway for Dokkan, both sides of the game. So now I think we will move on to Legends. There hasn't really been that much because last week we already talked about a lot of the massive update stuff. But I think there's a few things we talk about. Obviously, first I think the big one is the Super Saiyan 4 Goku teaser. So we saw that they were releasing Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Actually, the first time I looked at that, I thought it was going to be a Zenkai Awakening for Kid Goku and Piccolo because that was the first thing that I saw. And I was like, oh boy. But yeah, it's Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and they also show off Baby. They don't specifically say he's coming, but he's coming because he's in the video.
He has to be coming.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about the speed that they're releasing like new units at?
Slow it down there a bit. Jeez.
It's definitely slowed down from the past because I remember they used to release like a banner every week, which was terrible.
Yeah. The thing is, I mean, someone who spends like the speed is not really an issue per se, but what makes it a bit of an issue is the those tickets. So those tickets, like I know it's a little sidetrack, but like those tickets are strictly Legends limited, tickets, right? You know what I mean?
Yes,
the one you could buy.
Are you talking about the ones that you got from the Vegeta and Rose banner?
Yeah.
So those tickets you can't if you do it. So generally, if you did a multi on there or a non-discounted summon, then you get a ticket or 10 tickets. But it's only for Legends Limited because the new banner or the Bardock and Tapion banner don't have it, and all of these other banners that have come out don't have them either.
Like that Super 17 and Hit banner, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so just this might be a little side note, but like, why not have another type of ticket? Like, it's just like how Dokkan does it. They have the gold coins, they have the red coins, and the blue coins. Why not have another separate ticket pool so you can buy whatever unit you want down the line or whatever it is? Like, I don't get it.
They definitely should, because if you look at the ticket and what you can get from the ticket, you can get Legends Limited units, which are 1,000 tickets. Like, I think it's like 600 Z power, which is, the standard amount you would pull from a banner. Right. Or I think there's a bunch of like UST units you could buy too. I know the yellow Gohan's in there, the purple Bojack. I think they're at 400 tickets each for like 600 Z power.
It's like 400 or 300. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're just clumping together like all the different types of units into the one, like I guess all-encompassing ticket. But the thing about that is you can't get tickets from every banner. It looks to me like the tickets are exclusive to step-ups.
They are. As of right now, they are, yes.
Yeah. So I don't really know what the purpose of that is. Why, like, what are they? Are they scared to give out more tickets? Like, I don't know what the reasoning behind that is.
They're not hitting top grossing.
Well, they weren't hitting top grossing anyway. Let's be real.
Nope, they only hit it for year one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm looking at it. Full the Bojack, the Android 13, Gohan, the green Goku, purple Goku Black. So like. But those are USTs, right? Like there's a banner out now, like Legends UST that you can summon on. Like what's the incentive for me to spend my Legends Limited tickets on those guys when I could just go on the banner now? And you know what I mean? Like it doesn't make any sense to me. Like this system makes no sense. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and just to build off of that, like the speed at which they were releasing banners, I feel like at the very least they could just give the tickets on every banner, right? I mean, like what are they gonna? Too many people are gonna have Super Vegeta, or like, well, like what's the purpose?
Yeah.
So anyway, back to Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I actually was thinking about this earlier, and I do think, by the way, that unfortunately this guy's going to most likely be Legends Limited, just because Super Saiyan 4 Goku, they want to kind of capitalize.
Oh yeah, he will be. There's no way he's not.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because we got that Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Kid Buu banner less than 2 months ago.
Oh, that's right.
and since that point, we've gotten the Goku. Then we got
Goresh, relax. It's not like they're half of the rate of an LR or anything. Only 0.5.
yeah. It's not like it took me 60k crystals to pull one Vegeta.
Yeah.
Really? Only took me 10.
Which, by the way, is the equivalent of 3,000 stones in Dokkan. So, like,
Rip vendors.
Well, I mean, it is a lot cheaper in Legends anyway. But basically, what I'm saying is, stop releasing Legends Limited units so often. Like, people can't get Legends Limited units like that. It's not like a USC banner where you jump in and if you don't pull a unit, you go in with tickets and it's like, oh, okay, well, I'll just wait for the ticket and then hopefully I'll pull them. It's like, no, you have to.
Okay, the Goten banner? Do you think the Goten banner was fair?
Yeah, that was that was probably. Well, was it better? I mean, in terms
of... Did Goten have a 20% on that ticket banner?
So the way that Goten banner worked was you completed all the steps and it reset daily. But once you completed all the steps, if you kept summoning on that banner, Goten had a normal rate. If you kept summoning past the steps, so
I remember that, yeah.
So you could, so if you went through all, I think it was 7 steps. If you went through those 7 steps in a day, and you really wanted the Goten, you would just keep summoning, and Goten would have a 1% rate. But prior to that, his rate would still be 0.25%. So I don't know why they stopped doing that, because that banner also, I believe, had tickets on it. So that was probably the best banner to ever pull on for Legends Limited unit, I think.
Is this banner gonna be a Christmas banner? Is that?
No, either Christmas or New Year's.
I think it's gonna be New Year's. I think it's gonna be. I mean,
probably New Year's. Yeah.
They so on the tweet they made, right? They said the 21st. So I think this Goku should be coming out literally a week from today. If that's well, I don't know if it's the 21st in Japan, so maybe whenever that is equivalent to in your time zone, but Friday/Saturday, which is also a very weird time to release a unit, because they usually do updates on Tuesdays, at least for me. So
and they got to release it during Star Wars, man.
But to me, it'll be most likely Legends Limited Goku, and then the new babies will be there too.
Poor baby, he's gonna get overlooked probably.
What tags do you think he's gonna have?
The Goku. I mean, he'll have Saiyan, Sun Family. He'll have Super Saiyan 4. They'll probably make a new tag for that, which won't matter for a while. What else? GT.
You think baby's gonna have regen? I see a lot of people talking about that, and I'm like.
Yeah, okay, so I was actually talking with D Free about this, and he made the point that he could have the Saiyan tag.
Yeah, he could have Saiyan tag.
He could, yeah, he easily could.
Yeah, because we look at Goku Black. Goku Black has a Saiyan tag. What we used to do is we used to actually compare Dokkan and Legends a lot, like categories equals tags, right? And then they started differing a lot. The first big difference that they had was that Legends includes like the fusion units in their Saiyan tag.
Which Dokkan really should do.
They really should. Oh my god! Don't even get me started on that.
It's like, oh, the pure Saiyan team is even more dude. It's already like, just.
There's no balance in a single player game. Get over it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, they need to do that. But so yeah, that was the first big difference between Legends and Dokkan in terms of the tags. Second one was the Vegeta not being in the future tag, the Legends Limited Vegeta, which I think is really stupid.
It kills the team because Vegito Blue's not going to be on there now.
Yeah, exactly. So is Baby going to be on Pure Saiyans? I think there actually is a good chance of that because Goku Black's in Pure Saiyans. He's not on Pure Saiyans in Dokkan. Technically, he is a Saiyan, right? It's just Vegeta's body. So, it's possible.
I was watching you and D-Free's video too, and you guys mentioned that they could do a retroactive Machine Mutants tag as well.
Yeah, they could, but the only issue with that is if it wouldn't really, it wouldn't be usable. It would be. It's like it's like them adding Rose, the Super Saiyan Rose tag to Rose. It's like that's fun, but it's not going to ever be good.
Technically, they could put Super 17 and Hellfighter 17 on there as well, because
they could.
Mew was part of that as well.
I mean, I think the reason the Super Saiyan Rose tags there is just for like specific equipment. This equipment's only for Super Saiyan Rose, which obviously means it's only for him, right? But like, I think that's why they throw that shit out there.
Wait, yeah, Rose's
yeah, Super Saiyan Rose tag.
Yeah, it makes no sense. All right, well, back to the release of the banners. The only terrible part is for more Dolphins and free to play people is that if they keep releasing the rate of the LF units like once a month or even less than that, like once every 3 weeks, seems like. The issue is they're just going to pull one if they're lucky. And with the new star system, that's pretty terrible. Because, the card is going to be good, but if you're going up with someone like me who spends a ton, I'm not good at PvP, but if I spend a ton, I'm going to have a distinct advantage of just more stats. And that's going to be pretty terrible. And so like that experience onto itself is pretty not fun, I would imagine.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I mean,
and especially because most Legends Limited cards. I mean, again, you don't need these per se, and again, they're still good cards, but the double buffs are always at 3 stars, which is at least 1 dupe.
Yeah,
and sometimes that can really help a team out depending on what you run or what you particularly might have, and other times it's,
Well, I think because they mentioned in their they did a response thing to like the community or whatever. They posted it on Twitter and also in the game. They said that they were considering the possibility of adding Legends Limited units to like the pool of units that you could use with multi Z power. And what multi Z power is, I think the only way that they've had it so far is from like a bonus on banners, and I think it's also available in the is it the co-op shop, something like that.
Yeah, it was available, but it's not there. It's coming back on the 18th.
Okay, so yeah, they said that they were, considering the possibility of you being able to use that multi-Z power on Legends Limited units, which I think would actually be a pretty big deal. But the only problem with that is you have to have a copy of them first. You can't just like get them from that.
Well, but also the multi-Z power, some of them are limited, like, it's got to be 5-star purple Saiyan or something like that. Or unless I'm looking at or I'm not remembering it right.
I don't know if they've limited the stars to it. I think it was just like the tag, like use it on a Saiyan or whatever. I have to check. I'm not 100% sure.
Because I've used them a couple times,
mm-hmm.
But I don't remember. Like maybe I'm just throwing stuff out there. But where else can I buy it other than the damn banner?
In the I think it's the co-op exchange shop.
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
Yeah, they took it out probably. But I think that could actually have a pretty big impact. And to me, like in that response that they made to everyone, to me that was probably the most impactful change that they could do based off of what we saw there. So I mean, it'll.
We'll have to see what happens next week, though, or this upcoming week, I should say, when it actually is implemented, and see did they decide on it, or did they say, nah, you know what, at the last second change their minds. What's the case going to be?
Yeah, okay, so sorry to butt in, but I'm in the Guild Exchange shop, and yeah, it's specific to stars and category. So like one of them is 30 multi-Z power for Super Saiyan
5-star or higher. So if they're going to do the multi-Z power for Legends Limited, then they're like, 1, you have to at least pull for it, but 2, they need to get rid of like minimum 3 stars, or just say at least have the unit and then use it, because that would be the only way to make it effective. Otherwise, not many people have Legends Limited at 5 stars unless you got super lucky.
Yeah.
Very few people have them at 5-star. Most people have them at 2 or 3. So
yeah, agreed. I think that they should definitely consider removing those restrictions, because that's pretty ridiculous.
All they have to say is just like Legends Limited multi-Z power, 30 multi-Z power, and that's it.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so next we have Battle Royale. That's basically the event or the mode where all of your units get buffed up to 14-star, red 7, however you want to call it. And then you just go in and you do a battle, and then I think at the end, depending on how many wins you have, you can then exchange tickets for rewards. And I think this is the third time they've had this event. The first time was obviously for the Las Vegas thing, which is
I remember that.
Yeah, which is exactly what they're doing now. It's the same exact format. Second time was Extreme only, which was pretty cool. I think they should do more of those. Honestly, I don't see why
if they got them LR rates, boy.
Well, no, that's the thing too, because like it puts everyone in the same on the same
levels
level.
the playing field.
Yeah. So like if you pulled one Whis and you're fighting somebody who has like a 13-star Whis, it doesn't matter because they're both going to be 14-star anyway. So I actually do like that.
Still just getting one Whis.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, for sure. So in my experience, I've found that people are a lot more cunning, I guess, when it comes to this event, because winning matters a lot. And if you lose, you don't get the extra, 100 crystals or whatever. So I've seen a lot of people tweeting about this. I've seen a lot of videos of people talking about this, how there's like so many people who just DC if they're going to lose.
Yep. I ran into that myself yesterday.
So it's
so
like
there should be a punishment for like DC.
Well, okay, so currently this is how it works that I've seen. If you DC in the middle of the game, like when you're fighting, then the match just becomes a wash, and you just it's nullified, and you go back to searching for an opponent, and it's like it's as if that match never happened, which is so
it doesn't
stupid.
Use a ticket?
No, it doesn't. You get your ticket back, and everything resets.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, so it's like if you are losing a match and you have one unit left, and the other person has 3 full health units left, and you disconnect, it's like, well, then you can just reset your tickets, and you just keep doing that until you win. So it's really dumb. I don't know. Like, I saw a lot of Japanese players were super mad about this because they were like, it's you want to get as many wins as possible, and if you keep running into people who just DC whenever they're about to lose, then it's like, what's the point of even playing? Because it's like it takes the fun away.
Especially because it's on a set time. You only get like 2 hours, and then you have to 12 in order to do it, right? If I remember correctly on that.
Yeah, so there's time slots. I think it's 2-hour time slots.
Yeah, they're about 2 hours. Yeah,
that they have throughout the day, and it's posted in the actual section of the game where that mode is. It's like, oh well, the next time slot is from 12 to 2, so everyone queues up.
They need to get rid of that, or they need to extend it at least, because there are very wonky times that they've decided to pick. I don't know how they decide, based on parts of the world or whatever, but I don't think that's. I think a lot of people also kind of skip out on it too, because it's like, oh hey, I can play this. Oh wait, next time is 10 p.m. or 2 a.m. my time. Okay, never mind. I guess I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't do brackets of like every 2 hours, and you can just pick whichever bracket you want to be in. Like, I guess, they don't have servers per se, but I guess that's why. But yeah, I would have preferred, like, I haven't touched it at all because the times I'm asleep, I'm working, I'm playing other stuff, and I don't feel like doing it. And especially now you guys are telling me how the experience is. It's like, that's not fun at all.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is coming from the fact that it's just so reliant on winning that people just feel compelled to cheat, because otherwise you won't get rewards for it. And if there's no punishment for it, then like, what's the point? Like, why would you not cheat? I guess that's what I'm saying. Like,
is it a global
you're
leaderboard?
exactly right.
Sorry, what was that?
Is it a global leaderboard so everyone's in one like bracket?
Yeah, I mean, it works the same as how like ordinary PvP works. I think it tries to match up with someone who's close to you, so that there's not lag.
Okay,
but it is one like bucket, I guess. So
I mean, another way to tackle that is just to have multiple leaderboards, and then I feel like that's the best way to do it. So yeah, I could be rank 1 in my leaderboard near the bottom of whatever ranking I am, but then you, Goresh, could be rank 5 in your leaderboard, and then you know what I mean. Like, if because it's one global leaderboard, that really encourages cheating and lagging and all that kind of stuff. If they had separate brackets of it, I think that would be one way to combat that. It's not going to eliminate it, but that's one effective measure to do it.
Yeah, I think also one of the big things is if you were the person who was winning and your opponent disconnects, it gives you that message too. So like if you have someone disconnect on you and you're not the one who initiated it, it still says like, oh, this match ended like in a disconnect, like we're gonna nullify the match, and please note that if this continues, then you will get like punished for it or something.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And so like that happens to people who aren't even like guilty of it. So it's super like degrading to people who are just trying to like, you know, play the game normally. And it's just like, I don't know what they were thinking. Like this was an issue when the LBR came out the first time. This was in like April. No, it was way before that. It was like March or something, like last year.
Yeah,
like this year in March. And they've had until now, so what is that, like 9 months to fix it? And it's the same, you know, BS that happens over and over again. This guy, I don't know.
Well, but it also shows, I mean, they haven't, I mean, look at that time difference that they've had this event going. So clearly a lot of people don't play it, it seems, or they kind of just skip out on it because they're just like, well, whatever. You know, either whether it's the time slots or the cheaters or anything, and they're clearly not changing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think more so though this time they see a lot more people, you know, speaking out about it, especially on the Japanese side, because that's just who they listen to more than anyone else. Just, you know, just how it is. But anyway, we also have, this is like sort of the last thing for Legends, because again, like I said, there aren't that many things to talk about for Legends. They had this developer response, right?
Oh boy.
So obviously, obviously, there's been a lot of backlash for the giant update, right? And
I think that's an.
I just saw Z-Hawk just completely get destroyed on the timeline. That's all I saw from this update.
But
Z-Hawk got destroyed. That's all I know.
But basically, what happened was there were a lot of people very upset with the update, and the developers obviously got the feedback, right? They know a lot of people weren't happy with it. And so they drafted up a response, and basically what they said was, you know, we're listening to feedback, and here's some crystals, and we're gonna give, you know, possibly give Legends Limited Units some multi-Z power. That's it.
Yeah, that's
all they said. But they also said that in a future update, I think they actually said it would be this Tuesday. I think it was the what is it, the 17th or 18th?
It was the 18th Japan time, so that's Wednesday.
Yeah, I think they said that they were going to try and fix some of the things people were talking about in that update. So this is something we'll have to wait and see if they do anything for. But personally, I am not very optimistic.
So the crystals were a diversion.
Yeah, it's like the 300 stones thing for Dokkan. You know, fixing people's rates and then giving out stones. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how it plays out. I'm not sure exactly what they'll change for it, if anything. They might just, you know, say like, oh, here's what we're planning on doing, and then won't really do anything. But any thoughts about that, or should we move on to questions?
I don't know. I mean, when I personally read the response, like at first I looked at it as a positive, right? They're at least getting back, or, you know, responding back to the community, right? Which I guess in some regard, I mean, it's better than what Akatsuki did. Anyone remember Gohan and Cell and absolutely no responses or anything? I mean, granted, it's Akatsuki; they've never done any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But so at first I looked at it, I was like, okay, you know what? They're replying. Let's see what they say. And you know, it's kind of sounded like PR fluff talk, half of the messaging. And then they say, okay, maybe we'll do this for Legends Limited cards, you know, but we don't know any details on it, and we're still kind of forced to wait until the 18th. But it didn't address the other main, like most of the main issues that I think a lot of people were having, aka the star system, those buffs that they get, and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, based off of what we've seen from the development team in the past, I mean, I do think that they are listening. That's definitely not the issue. They are listening, and I think
they are listening. Yes, they are listening.
I think they know what a lot of the issues are. I'm just not confident that they're gonna act on them. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I kind of agree with you guys in the sense that it's good that they acknowledge that they're listening and they're putting out the statement. Is a good first step, but because it doesn't hit top grossing all the time, they kind of have to do that. Like with Dokkan, we hit top grossing all the time, right? Global JP, so don't really necessarily have to listen to all the feedback because they know that, hey, well, they'll summon anyways, they'll do it. But with Legends, what does it sit out on the App Store and Google Play? Like 50, maybe 100? Like I don't know where it sits in its genre, but I feel like they have to listen to them to, get good feedback because they can't lose any more of their player base. Otherwise they drop out of like the whatever top 50, 100 that they're in. So that in itself makes sense to me that they are doing this kind of communication and making it known that like, hey, we're listening to you guys. But I kind of agree with Goresh in the sense that like they understand the issues, what they do to rectify them. I don't know if it's going to happen. Like, I don't think it's going to go the way the player base hopes it would go. Best way to put it. So we want more ways to get Legends Limited Z power, but the multi Z power, like I said, with what we've demonstrated, you got to have 5-star, and if they keep that restriction, then it's completely tone deaf, right?
Yeah.
So to them, they'll be like, oh, we're throwing out some things to make it easier for them, but really, it's just nothing, right? So I kind of have a suspicion that whatever they're going to try to rectify the issues, it's not going to be good. But hey, who knows? They might surprise us and like do 180 and really give us everything that we want and more. Who knows? But I'm not optimistic, to be honest.
Yeah. Again, I think they do listen. It's just, what are you going to do with that ability to listen? That I'm shaky. I'm shaky about that. So okay, I think that's good for Legends. Let's move on to questions. I know we have a few in the notes here, so let's do
the donation ones first. I think those are they donated. Let's get them out of the way.
Yeah. So the first one is a good movies team. So generally, the movies team that I've seen people use that has been used for a long time now is the three main units are the transforming blue Vegeta. You have the yellow Bojack movie Gohan, and then you actually have full power Bojack himself. And then the bench, I've seen a few different benches for the team, but I think what you could actually do now is I think you could actually run Tapion on the bench, and he's a good option for the team as well, because he does strike, attack, and defense, which is basically what the whole team is based around. The whole team is based around strike attack, right? So I think Tapion is definitely a really good option for the bench. Another good option is, this might seem a little bit weird, but the red free-to-play Broly, the Fury Broly, or whatever you want to call it.
He still has a place, I think, every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, because he buffs strike attack too, so like for the whole team. So I mean, he is definitely a good option for the team. You even have stuff like Salangia, who's good. She buffs strike attack. You have who else? I actually think that EX Blue Cooler is really good for bench because he buffs strike attack and defense for movies. So he's also a really good option. And then you also have the new Bardock. The thing with the Bardock, the yellow one from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, he's really good, but he doesn't buff the team. He just buffs Saiyans, and the only main option that you have in your team for Saiyans is the blue Vegeta, which is nice, but you're not buffing Gohan or Bojack, which I think are the two best the two best characters on your team, right? The Gohan and the Bojack. Yeah. So you can definitely use the Bardock, but I would say you're not going to want to run him along with Gohan because two yellows is not really going to do you justice on this team. And then another option you could also even use is I'm assuming most people don't have him at this point, but the green EX Trunks that just came out from the Wrath of the Dragon movie. He's actually
that kid Trunks, yeah,
because he also buffs strike attack, and his main ability actually works very similarly to the EX GT Trunks, the green one. He even restores allies' health, and then he also shortens substitution count by 5. So
nice.
Yeah, so if you have him in and you got to switch him out, like you can use his ability, switching the Gohan, lock the opponent in, and then just go on a combo, and then maybe switch Bojack in too or something. So there's a lot of variability you can do on this team. I mean, even Purple Cooler fits on the team too, right? He's not buffing the team, but he's so powerful that I mean, you could pretty much just throw him on there and he works well.
Not to mention Purple Bojack still can basically get you out of any combo by when you substitute him in, because I mean, like, aside from what Rising Rushes, he pretty much just you throw in a combo and it's like, oh hey look, boom, oh no, Bojack behind you, boom, and you're just like, oh well, that just happened.
Yeah. Okay, so next question. Let me pull it up.
1 second here. I think Truth has to go. Truth, you still around?
Yeah. I'm probably gonna head out now, fellas.
Yeah.
All right,
cool.
All right, Truth, take it easy.
All right, later.
Next week or something, I'll be down again.
Yeah. We'll let you know.
All right. Later.
Yeah. All right, next question. Can they pull a Vegito with Super Saiyan 4 Goku that after the LBR was over, he got released and was stupid broken? Also, what do you think about Tapion being overlooked because of Gohan and Bojack? Okay, so we'll get to the second part of the question. Let's just cover the first part. Can they pull a Vegeta with Super Saiyan 4 Goku? In I guess in the fact that he's just better than everyone else who's came out beforehand? I guess they could. But I think I think the difference between that and this is like the LBR right now doesn't really matter too much, right? Because Vegito came out so they showed off that Vegito, the Super Vegito, like at the event. Remember when they showed him off, and that was
yeah, it was at that tournament, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the Las Vegas tournament. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the big reveal of Vegito being the anniversary unit. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think him coming out like right after the LBR is over really means anything. It's just, I don't know. What do you guys have any thoughts about this? I don't think it really.
Well, I guess the question is the second LBR was that extreme one. Who came after that? Is there a correlation there too?
That was no. I mean, that was when Vegito came out, and then we had Namek Goku was the next one after that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I don't think it really means too much in terms of if I think he's going to be broken. I do think he's going to be broken though. That's a different thing entirely. Like,
yeah.
He'll be good. It's Super Saiyan 4. There's no way he's not good.
And also because the GT team really needs help. Like there isn't to be honest, there really isn't a GT team right now. There's only 2 units that buff the tag. There's the Super 17, which gives both defenses, and then there's the GT base form Goku from the same banner. I think he does strike attack and defense, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't have him. One of the only units in the game I don't have. But
so what color do you think he would be?
Personally,
looking at like GT needs a buff. Is there a certain color it needs to like really make it viable? That's my question.
Well, I mean, because like I was saying, GT doesn't really have a team yet. It's sort of just still being like it's basically the tag is still in its infancy because it only has 2 units that buff the tag. But I mean, I think in terms of like Legends Limited units themselves, we don't have any yellow ones yet. We just got 2.
Yeah, no, we don't.
We just got 2 back-to-back green ones, and then we also have Beerus. So technically, there's 3 green LF units.
Poor Beerus.
Well, Beerus is good now when he's Zenkai, but that's a whole different discussion.
Okay, so we'll see at Zenkai in a year then. Like the full Zenkai, the full Zenkai.
But yeah, we only have I think 1 blue one, which is the Goku, right? Yep. We got 2. Oh no, we got 1 red, 1 blue. We have 2 purples. We have Goten and Vegito, and then we have 3 greens. So yeah, I think yellow is a good candidate.
Yeah, I mean, look, and just looking at like, I know they probably don't actually take this into account when they're making these cards, but when you're looking at the GT tag, just like the characters in it, obviously it's very small, like you said, it's in its infant state,
right?
But it is lacking in both yellow and blue, I would say. So I think there's a high chance that Goku is either yellow, and if it's not yellow for some reason, then I think blue would be the runner-up, in my personal opinion.
Yeah,
for what he would be, the Super Saiyan 4.
I agree with that too. I think blue is also a very high possibility because we only have, again, 1 blue LF unit, which is the Namek Goku.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So,
and I mean, if they went 2 green in a row, what's to stop them from just simply throwing out another blue, right?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even in a row too because we got that Namek Goku, then we got
Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, then we got Super Saiyan 3, and then we got the green Vegeta, and then I'd be 100% okay if they made him blue, but I just see him being yellow because we don't have a yellow. We don't have a single one, and this is all just assuming he's going to be Legends Limited, right? So it's possible he just isn't Legends Limited either. So we'll have to see.
I'm just curious if and I'm seeing this in the chat a little bit now in the live stream right now. is Super Saiyan 4 enough to get them their top grossing that they are clearly trying to get with everything that they're trying to do?
That's a good point.
When someone like Rose couldn't get it during something like Black Friday with all those really amazing sales, because I will say Legends has amazing sales. But they still couldn't get it.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if the 2.0 update and all the, whether you call it fluff backlash, call it, it's not really backlash, you're just getting a few haters and everything that are just, spinning off of that. Was that really enough to take away from people trying to summon on it and just be like, no, I'm not even going to touch Legends right now? So, I don't know.
I think it's pretty unfortunate how little they've gotten top, because they've only gotten top grossing once ever. That was during the anniversary.
Yep. It was the anniversary. Yep.
I don't recall how many countries hit it. I think it was a few. I think it was like
4 or something.
It was like Japan. I think the US hit it too. I think maybe France. France is always hitting top grossing. I don't know what's going on over there. But yeah, I think it was only a few countries that hit it in the anniversary. And I think a lot of people were expecting Rose to,
do it,
get them to top grossing too. And even I was expecting it because Rose is to be honest, he's one of the most hype characters in Super.
Yeah, and he brought top grossing to Dokkan every single time he came out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But
Super Saiyan 4 Goku is honestly, if he doesn't get them top grossing, then I don't know what will. Besides Gogeta Blue. I think Gogeta Blue is like a 10. If you were to rate them, I would say Rose is probably a 7. And then for Super Saiyan 4 Goku is an 8. And then I would say Gogeta Blue is a 10. So I think Gogeta Blue is their ultimate fallback in case anything goes wrong. It's they have a button that's Gogeta Blue, and then it's if something goes horribly wrong and they need to release something, they're oh, hit the Gogeta Blue button, and then they'll hit top grossing.
I would laugh so hard if Super Saiyan 4 is planned and everything, they release the preview for it, and then all of a sudden it's are we gonna hit top grossing this? I don't know. Okay, never mind. Gogeta Blue, bam, Super Saiyan 4, you're delayed.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Gogeta Blue, Vegeta Blue, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I don't know if those are on the same level.
Well, personally, because Gogeta Blue has a special place in the hearts of people who play Legends, because people have been asking for him to release since last December. Every single month. And it's no, he's not coming yet. But no matter what happens, people are always "Oh, Vegeta Blue's coming! He's around the corner. I could tell he's coming," and it never happens. So I don't know. Personally, I think he'll be an anniversary unit, whether that's this anniversary or a future anniversary. I don't know. But if they're releasing Super Saiyan 4 Goku as a non-anniversary unit, what are they going to release for the anniversary? A lot of people were speculating that he would be coming for the anniversary.
Right, and the Gogeta Blue would be December because it was a year anniversary.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Goku would share in this so much.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't even really touched the Tournament of Power. The only thing we have from there is the Kale and Cauliflower units, right? And Hit, I guess. Well, Hit is from Universe 6.
It's technically, he's technically the Universe 6 one. So.
Yeah. All right. We have any more questions? Let's look.
Yeah, I had a couple.
Oh yeah. Okay, this is a good one. Next EX unit with Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Baby, or Rising Battle Legends Road GT units. This is actually something I was thinking about yesterday, because somebody had mentioned this on my stream. They asked, do I think an Oob unit is coming? And I think they could actually do a Legends Road for Oob, or a Rising Battle for Oob. And I think that's more possible than an EX unit, actually.
I could see that. I could definitely see that the more I think about it now.
Yeah, so it buffs GT
and actually
too? Yeah,
and actually have a good GT buff as their Z ability. Yeah, I could see that.
I think that would be good too, because I don't think a lot of people would jump out of their seats summoning for Oob on any banner.
No.
So it's yeah, I could see that happening. I mean, people would farm that. I would farm that. He could be a good unit. good free to play unit. I don't see anything.
Oh,
wrong with
definitely.
that. All right, we got any more?
Nah.
Yeah, I got one. From Luigi Time Dojo 40. What would happen if instant transmission Goku got a Zenkai boost?
Oof. Okay, so.
Oh man.
So that Goku pretty much is a worse version of the LF Namek Goku.
Pretty much.
It's just like he's such a dumbed down version of him that people didn't realize how overpowered that ability was until Namek Goku came out, because Namek Goku is basically him with like two times better stats, a better kit, a better, everything. So if that guy got a Zenkai Awakening, they would have to be super careful with how they did that, because you don't want two of those guys running around, right?
Oh god, green. At least the LF Goku is blue though, because if they did something with the instant transmission Goku and they made him, green and sand for his Zenkai boost, oh god.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that would be terrible.
Yeah, I feel like he could be really good though. He definitely needs some sort of buff. I don't know if they would, go all out with him like they did with the Broly and the Goku and the Beerus, but they could definitely give him something. Definitely.
So, what differentiates a straight up buff versus someone getting a Zenkai boost? I mean, we've only gotten the 3, but like, what if you were to predict any of the units right now where one would just get a straight up buff while the other one just got a Zenkai boost? How would you do that?
Well, first of all, I don't even know if they're ever going to do a normal buff again. I think Zenkai boosts are taking the place of that.
That was my question.
Because the way it used to work was you would just log in and then everything would already be buffed and you would have everything. It would just be like you wouldn't have to do any work for it. It would just be in your box already. Like the unit would just be better. Now you have to, grind, like it's some absurd amount of friendship for
a buff.
I'm still not there. Yeah.
So what I've been doing for that is I've just been playing other stuff, and then while I'm doing that, I have my phone next to me, and I'm just like clicking while it's auto battling through stuff to get that grinded done. Like I have Beerus, he's almost friendship 6. I've just been literally like I'm typing on my keyboard, and then I have my pinky like tapping my phone like next to it, like getting it to like go through the stages. So I mean, it's like some ridiculous amount of times. Like it's like 1,000 runs of some stage. So it's like I'm not gonna do that myself. I'm gonna just have it on auto battle.
And just for Zenkai 1, as of right now, it's just for Zenkai level 1.
Yeah, and then you got to summon for the extra awakening power past that.
My God.
It's definitely a major difference from what we used to be getting with the other buffs, because the other buffs you would just log in, like I said, and you would just have the buffs, and the character would be better for sure. Like take a look at the purple Android 17. Like he was terrible before he got his Zenkai Awakening, and now he's actually not his Zenkai Awakening, before he got his buff. And now he's really good, but he's not like, oh my god, this guy's like so good. I think,
but they made him a good option though.
Yeah,
you could definitely run him on the team, which was nice.
Yeah. I like how they did that. But with these Zenkai Awakenings, like we're talking about units that are like unusably bad, and now they're like really like top tier options. So I don't know, because it's like you're trading off the work you have to put in, but you're getting a much better unit in return. So I don't know. I guess it depends on the person if they like it or not.
So to me, that indicates that, like, I don't know if you know this or anyone. That seems to me that's a change in game direction, because before, like you said, the developers would just buff it themselves and then that'd be it. But then now you actually have to put in all this extra farming, extra grinding, which isn't unreasonable because it's a gacha game. Like that's what it is, right? But
yeah.
Does this indicate to you that this has been a change in game direction, either with the devs themselves or like the game director, or in conjunction with like this stuff with 2.0? Like to me, that's what it indicates. Like, oh, we've got new game devs, and this is what they're going to go with the directions. I mean, that's what it is. I don't know what you think about that.
Well, I think at the end of the day, because you have to remember, we still haven't gotten the details on like the extra awakening power we're going to need to get them, because that's through summons that they've already mentioned. So at the end of the day, this is probably all just going to come back to making us spend more money, which I think is probably what's going to happen. But yeah, I think that's definitely a possibility, because back in the day, you would just get the buffs for free and that would be it. And now I guess they sort of want you to put in the extra work to get that unit up to par, and have them on an equal playing field with the other units that are newer. And that's it. I mean, we'll have to see, like I said, how the gacha aspect of this works, because again, like I said, I think this is all going to come down to. That's probably what their end goal is. Get people to farm 1,000 stages to get them Zenkai awakened, and then once you get to that point, you have them summon for the extra 6,000 or whatever it is to get them up to level 7.
I think what makes this an indication that the direction's also changing is that they got rid of that sale every day, like $8-9. You got the 100 free skip tickets and then the extra 10 energy tickets.
Yeah.
Or 5 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I really like that. If I was farming, I would definitely buy those. But the fact that they got rid of those and then put in the Zenkai Awakening stuff just means that they really want to limit you on how much you can, farm from straight up all your tickets. Because then at this point, it's like, oh, now I got to spend like 10 CC. 10 CC is fine. I'll spend that to get another 10 energy and whatever. You know what I mean? Like, It just seems like the direction is shifting. And these are all like indications to me that that's what's happening.
Yeah, I think they're always trying to adapt, based off of feedback they're getting. So I think that's definitely a good thing. We have another question here. It's who do I think is the most broken unit in the game and why? So I really can't say who the best is. I mean, I think you have 3 candidates here. The first one is Super Vegeta. Obviously, everyone knows how good he is. Second, we have the Namek Goku. Again, everyone should at this point know how good he is. And then third, we have the Vegeta who just came out, Legends Limited Vegeta, the green one. After using all 3 extensively, I would lean toward Vegeta being the best, just based off of what I've seen from him, how he's felt to me. His team right now seems to me like it's the best out of all the teams you could be using for those units. But I definitely would not disagree with anybody who said that they think the best unit in the game is Super Vegeta, or they think the best unit in the game is the Namek Goku. I think those are all super powerful units, and they're all good in their own respects. And even if you this is a sleeper option too, even if you were to say that you think the best unit is Purple Cooler, I would not disagree. Because if you think about what Purple Cooler does, he is a tank, right? That's his primary role on the team. He's a tank who does insane damage. He supports your team every time he gets hit. He heals. He restores his ki with his green card. So I think he's the only unit in the game that literally fulfills every possible role.
He's got blast armor just as a side.
Blast armor, yeah.
Little side part. Side part to it. It's like, oh.
So I don't think there's another unit in the game that does all of that stuff as good as him. And that's why I think he's definitely in the top 4.
As of right now, no, I think you're right. He like that all-around type of unit that goes to Purple Cooler there.
Yeah. I mean, there are also other good units too, like, you got Purple Bojack, you got, I think Full Power Frieza is still really good. Yeah, you got Yellow Gohan, who's still the most annoying unit in the game to ever get put in the game. So, I mean, when you ask, like, oh, who's the best unit, I think it's going to come down to a lot of subjectivity, but I think you can narrow it down to a top 5, and that's fair to say, I think.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Yeah.
So I was seeing this a lot in the chat here. Sorry to interrupt. A lot in the chat. People asking about the 999. And unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that's not coming back, unfortunately.
I would... Yeah, it's pretty much dead. I would not expect it to come back at this point.
Which sucks. It really does. But unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna come back.
I think that's a really bad change. I also think one of the stupidest things they've ever done is the thing where they add the extreme Z power to the login bonus, but then like limit it to where you can't get it unless you have the unit.
Yeah. Oh,
that annoys the shit.
That's so dumb. I hate that. That's like literally the worst thing in the game, I think. It's so stupid.
Yeah. It's such a taunt because it's like, oh, you want more? But you don't have it. Sorry.
Yeah, I just picture them having a fishing rod with a EX on the end of it. Be like, you want this? Go summon, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I thought it was nice that they had it in there, but the fact that you can't even get it to just have it, you have to have it first to get more. It's like, come on, man. Like, why you gotta do me like this?
Yeah, it's again, I think it's the dumbest thing they've ever done.
No, what I think they could do, like a nice change would be they keep the 30 random whatever, but then make it like multi Z power that you can only pick between those 4 units that you're summoning for. You know what I mean?
Okay,
like,
yeah.
4 new units. So it's like right now it's Tapion, Bardock, the Trunks, and then what's the fourth? What's the other EX?
Super Boo.
Yeah, Super Boo.
Super Boo. Okay, so every multi you do would be a multi Z power of only those 4 units.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be a better way of implementing that instead of like, oh, random, I'm gonna get Bardock like 50 times in these multis and get into 7-star when I haven't even pulled Tapion, or even Super Brew. Like I still don't have Super Brew, and I pulled a lot on that banner.
You know what they could also do too is they could just let you pick that anyway, so that if in the future you pull the units, you could just use them on them whenever you pull them.
Yeah, that's true.
That could
work. Easily.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Like a reserve. You just have to pull it first. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do we have any other questions to go through? I know this has been going on for a while, so I apologize, but we did have a lot to talk about. So.
No, I think most of the questions are just asking stuff we've kind of touched on. Is do we think Super Saiyan 4 will be popular? What do we think the banner is going to be? What do we think the character is going to do? I'm assuming we're going to see Super Saiyan 4 details on Twitter, or I don't know, within 2 days probably.
Yeah, I don't know if they will post it on Twitter, but they'll do. It's also really weird to me how they announce them so far in advance, because usually they don't do that. Usually it's like the day before.
Right.
Because on the tweet it says the 21st, right? So I mean, we got a week. So maybe Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that's.
I've been learning this whole time.
Hey, you're still here. How you doing?
I don't play Legends like I stopped playing Legends like at the first anniversary. I've just been logging in, so this is definitely a learning experience for me as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we got one more question. It seems it's on your side, Goresh. A donation, I think.
Oh, who do you think is the best YouTuber PvP wise?
There's a lot of good. I mean, I can't really say who's the best because I don't think I've seen them play each other before. But like, there's a lot of good Japanese YouTubers that I think are really good. There's a lot of good guys over here on the global side. Like I know Libra's really good. To be honest, I don't really watch that many non-Japanese Legends YouTubers. I watch a lot of Japanese ones. I know there's the guy Speedy Super Saiyan is really good.
Oh yeah, I'm listening. What about Cass?
But yeah, I don't really think it's possible to say who's the best. Like there's like 5 good Japanese ones that I could just name off the top of my head that I know are really, really good. But everyone loses, so I mean, it's really not.
Yeah.
I can't really say who's the best. But yeah, I think if we don't have any other questions, I think this is a good time to call it a stream. Yeah. Almost 2.5 hours, so that was a long one. We did have
the longest podcast, yes.
We did have a lot to talk about, though, so that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I appreciate everyone who came by to watch the stream. I appreciate all the donations you guys had. That was a hefty amount of donations. Appreciate that. And I think next week the podcast will be over on Back to Town, right?
Yep. Back on my side. So same time next week. That works for me personally.
Okay.
Yep. I'm just letting people know I won't be here. I'll be with family visiting. So
okay.
See you guys till then. So happy holidays. Have fun with your friends and family.
Yeah.
Wish you guys all the best with that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, guys. So yeah, be sure to check out the next installment of the podcast over on Townstream next week. I assume same time, but we'll let you guys know ahead of time. If you're not sure, go follow all of us on Twitter, and we'll tweet it out. At least a day in advance to let you guys know what's going on. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Later, guys.
See ya.